Yes, my people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Danny AFC TV. What is good in the hood, guys? Man, the show must go on. Definitely, guys. A TikTok video is in order, so that will be coming up straight after this live. So shouts out to Jean RB and the people supporting the TikTok, guys. I've already dropped one video, so it's time to start doing the work on the TikTok. Right, we've got Manny in the building. Enough appreciated. Phil Mitchell, West Ham. Evening, Danny Boy. Sadly, Walcott and Nathan Miles are even closer to relegation. But what a game. Actually, bruvs, I was watching the Forest game. What a game, bruvs. But there's been goals galore in the Premier League tonight. I think Fulham have got 5 as well. Let's quickly have a quick look. Shouts out to you, Phil. Declan Rice is definitely leaving. Guendozi is his replacement, bruvs. Fulham 5, Leicester 3. Imagine that. Brighton 1, Everton 5. And Forest 4, Southampton 3. Man, isn't that love? That's love out here. But guys, okay, first of all, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. What was I saying? Even Danny Boy Walcott. Yeah, I hear that, bro. Be right back. I'm forever blowing bubbles. Come on, you irons. Now ready for some Danny AFC TV and show. Right, first off, West Ham, unbelievable yesterday. Declan Rice. I can't believe how some pundits and that don't actually rate this guy. See, I know it's a lot to say £100 million. He doesn't score that many. He ain't very creative. Do you know what I mean? He's a bit of a stopper. Do you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. Like a proper old-fashioned English DM. Do you know what I mean? But without being rude to him, I know he can do more. Even West Ham fans that I speak to him are like, Dan, he's not 100 mils worth, but we love old deckers. Do you know what I mean? And so would I be, mate, because I tell you what, with Guendozi, when he was at Arsenal, he was a bit young, he was a bit immature, but he was 17, just turning 18, and he did run around like a bit of a headless chicken. Do you know what I mean? But yes, I'm back. Big up everyone in the chat. Shouts out to you, Manny. Rice incoming. Tell me why you think this, bros, because I'll be honest with you, I'm still not convinced about this Declan Rice coming to Arsenal because let me tell you what I know factually. Man City have made an inquiry for Declan. Tell me if you still feel this, Daniel He. Well, let me tell you what I know, and then tell me if you say Declan Rice is still coming. So, Daniel He, please give me your ears for 1 minute. Number one, Man United have alerted West Ham to their interest, yeah? They've offered swaps, McTominay, everything, yeah? Possibly even Fred. Now, let me tell you also what I know. Man City have made the inquiry and basically asked West Ham if they'll take Calvin Phillips in return. But Man City have also asked the same question to Newcastle regarding Bruno Guimaraes, and I'm sure Newcastle don't lose Guimaraes. So, guys, there's no hope in hell Declan Rice is going to join us because they're going to be given sensible money by another team. Arsenal won't stretch, do you know what I mean? The only way we've got a chance is, I've always heard Declan Rice doesn't want to leave London, let alone the Premier League. If he wants to stay in London, the way I see it is it's only between us and Chelsea. But guys, again, he is a Chelsea fan. He is officially, it isn't like a fake thing. This guy is a Chelsea fan. He was released by Chelsea when he was a kid, something that always broke his heart. A wrong that he has publicly always said he would like to put right. He was released by Chelsea when he was a youngster. So, Daniel He, please tell me why you believe that, and then I will give it a lot of justification. Good evening, Linda. Offender Marty, I fly to Turkey tomorrow for 2 weeks holiday to visit relatives. Where are you going? Antalya, Istanbul, where are you going, bros? And what do you know about the Turkish talent, Arda Güler, Fenerbahce? He's a talent. Why would we shell out 100 million, Bob, for Rice after refusing to part with that money from Direct? Exactly. Also say, though, bruvs. So, again, I don't believe it to be true at all. The only thing Arsenal are thinking is, I think we're kind of alerted to this guy doesn't really want to leave London, let alone the Premier League. If he gets his wish, obviously. You know what I mean? I only see it as surely Arsenal or Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? And we won't go to 100 mil. And even I've heard David Moyes speaking today, and he goes, everyone thinks with 2 years on his contract, he's devaluing himself. He says, mate, every game that goes past, like look at yesterday against Man United, he was superb. Man to man, when he marked a guy, stopping play, just being a pit bull in the midfield. Declan Rice was unbelievable yesterday. And that is why he's worth that incredible amount of money. Memories can't spell it. John Arby, lovely place. I've heard Arsenal offered Rice current wage multiple 4 times. Bruvs, again, we can't even give Saliba a new deal. So I know you can't, I can't look you in your face, but I would love to look you in your eyes and say, are you sure? Mate, Saliba earns 40 grand a week. He is the second lowest earner at the club. No, the third lowest earner. Only Nelson on 15,000, but he's probably still on his YTS contract. That's why it's running out. And only Matt Turner earned less than William Saliba. Ramsdale's been offered a bumper new deal. Saka's got a bumper new deal, both incoming. No deal for Saliba. But you reckon we'll give Declan Rice 4 times his money. So I reckon he's on 70, 140. You reckon we're going to give Declan Rice 280? I so can't see it. Guys, please, 11 of us here, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. It's the big man. Yep. Bro, are you hearing the news? Are you hearing the news? What? Back the team? Back the team, stop the regime. I love it. He's changed. Back the team, stop the regime. I love it so much. The Spanish Tony, please get the likes on the video and do be subscribing if you're new. Right, this is real, guys. All official. Man United have put in an inquiry to West Ham regarding Declan Rice. From what I hear, though, Declan Rice doesn't actually fancy going up north. He actually wants a London club. So Arsenal and Chelsea very much in the mix. Yeah. Now, here's a bit of an alarm bell for you guys. This is also true. Man City are getting rid of Calvin Phillips and they want another kind of DM to replace him. Sassedo, Declan Rice type. Because he's English, I've heard Guardiola actually wants Declan Rice and he doesn't want the foreign blood of Sassedo, not because he's racist, because obviously he wants a couple of more English players and he wants, if Calvin Phillips is to leave, he wants obviously to replace him with an Englishman. Man City and Man United also want Declan Rice. So I'm going to speak to Jean Arby again, not Jean Arby, sorry. Daniel here and ask you, why do you believe Declan Rice is incoming? The only justification on Declan Rice is he wants a London club. He actually doesn't want to move out of London. But again, if Man City offer him 400 or 300 grand a week, he might decide that out of London ain't too bad after all, if you get what I mean, guys. But Daniel, honestly, that wasn't me being rude. I'd love to know what makes you think this. Because I know Arsenal will do what they've done in January. They'll bid for Declan Rice, and then someone else will take him. They'll bid for Mikhailo Mudryk, someone else will take him. Most definitely, bros. Who wrote the book? Was it Chris Watts or something? Mate, that is a bit of a disgrace. Like, we've had legends at the club. George Graham, you know what I mean? He should have had books written about him. No money to spend. Jimmy Carter, Ian Selly, David Hillier. Do you know what I mean? Just Smudger up front for years. You know what I mean? That was a real manager that knew how to win trophies. Do you know the Parma team that Arsenal beat? I know we're going back years, but Lee Akers will appreciate this. We beat Parma 1-0, yeah? Do you know some of the players Parma had in that team? Brolin, Darlene, Aspria, and a couple of class midfielders. Charles Watts. See, Charles Watts just isn't an intention-seeking little prick, innit? Honestly, and I don't want to be rude at it. But Charles Watts, what has actually Arteta done? He has guided Arsenal back to the Champions League. Mate, Newcastle were there. Eddie Howe took over a team that's been in a relegation battle for over 10 years, and they're already in the Champions League. Man United, Eric Ten Hag, his first season. They're already back in the Champions League. What does people think Arteta has done that is so fucking astonishing? Mate, why did Mikhailo Mudryk go Chelsea? Why did that Maduki or whatever, the one that scored against us, because he looks good, why did he go Chelsea? Why did the other 8 or 9, why did Enzo Fernandez go Chelsea? £100 million. Yeah? The midfielder. Why did he go Chelsea? Bro, it's because Chelsea will sort out their mess, whether it's next season or the season after. I think if they got an Ancelotti, they'll be all right next season. Do you know what I mean? And challenging for the top 4. Yeah? Had that team, I remember. I'm sure Aspria was there as well, bros. I'm sure Aspria was there. And there was a midfielder, because I was watching back the game a little bit of it a couple of nights ago, and they had a couple of class midfielders as well. The rise of Arteta's Arsenal, 8th, and 5th. That's brilliant. Where's Lee Akers? I'd love to see what you think of this book, bruv. If anyone buys this book, I'm going to be honest with you, you're an idiot. Has won a trophy more recently than Arteta. Also finished 5th first. Exactly. But, bruv, he done that with a team that was punching above its weight. Leicester. David Moyes doing miracles at West Ham for 2 years. Neither Newcastle nor United have Champions League football guaranteed. Liverpool are lurking, late charge, could see a shot. Well, bros, I did say, but I know I like easy a lot on my stream. I did say I think Liverpool will get top 4. But bruvs, Newcastle, apart from Arsenal, I don't think they're slipping, bruvs. And Man U, I'm sure they'll get it back together. Let me look at the league title, the top four race. My God, I'm looking at the championship. Right. 65, 63. Liverpool 62. And they've played a game more than them. 35. They've got 3 games left. If they got maximum points, they'll be on 72, 71 points. 71 points. I'm going to have to look at the fixtures, bros. That's interesting. Liverpool could make it, but I'm sure if Man United and Newcastle have got reasonably easy games, it might not change. Fan base in world football. Yeah. Most definitely, bros. And very trusting and believing if we were told to do something or told to buy the new kit and it'll help us sign players or merchandise or something. I have to admit, yes, Arsenal fans can be led a merry-go-round, right round, I don't know, probably all the way around the golf club or something, you know what I mean? Arsenal fans can be led a dream. Like a guy writing a book, you know what I mean? You eat a thing, Marby. But let me just look at this, what Jean Arby said, bro. The book is called The Rise of Arteta's Arsenal. But I know it ain't called that. 8th and 5th. How can a book be coming out regarding Arteta? Eddie Howe took over a team that was in a relegation battle every year of their lives. He hasn't exactly spent Chelsea money. Yeah. Let's look at West Ham, David Moyes for the last couple of seasons. He just had a couple of Declan Rices and that doing well. Do you know what I mean? Let's look at Man United. Eric Ten Hag's first season. Everyone said it was a poison chalice, the Man United job. Yeah? First season. He's won a trophy, Champions League football. Do you know what I mean? And they're in the FA Cup final as well. Imagine winning 2 trophies. Write a book about Eric Ten Hag coming to England from fucking Little Holland and winning 2 trophies and Champions League football in his first season. Arsenal fans are idiots. UE, please tell them. Brendan Rodgers, mate, what's this? Hold on, mate, Nova. Mate, Liverpool could make it, but who knows? Guys, again, please, can you get the likes on the video? And do be subscribing if we is new. I'm begging you, get the likes on the video, guys. It's all important these days. It's getting very important that my real ones get the likes on the video. So UE, please go get a like on the video. And let's see what my brother UE is saying. Arsenal fans bang, yep, seen that. Right, what's this? Actually, Dublin. Oh, Darlene wasn't in the squad for that game. There was Brolin, Sinani, I remember, Colombian Aspria, Gianfranco Zola, and other Italian internationals. Yes, Darlene might have been there, though. He might have been injured. Yes, man, dude! Take the bear from Southampton. Man, he is a baller. But I've been saying it for months. How many months have I honestly been saying that, Yui? How many months have I been honestly saying that? Showing heart. Bros, there's 2 players that showed them a lot of heart. It's at Kieran Gibbs-White, 42.5 million. But, bruvs, I like their little right winger, Brennan Johnson. Nottingham Forest showing fire to stay up in the league, demolishing Southampton, and we couldn't beat Southampton. Yeah, bruvs, that was a disgrace. Look at Nottingham Forest. I think Danilo scored today. Let me just go and confirm that. Danilo was too expensive for Arsenal at 16 million. You know what I mean? Guendozi wasn't good enough. Arsenal fans let this geezer away with a lot of mistakes that he's made. You know what I mean? All right, no, he didn't score. All right, sweet. Never mind. Arsenal forever evening, mate. You're right. Shouts out to Craig, though, to Manny, to UE. Tyler's just jumped in. Yo, my brother. Guys, please get the likes on the video straight away. Start hitting that like button. Hit that like button, guys. And do be subscribing if we are new. I'm getting up to take 2. Very quick draw. Now, this book, guys, do you think this book is premature? Who writes a book for a guy that hasn't made Champions League football? Again, I'm not saying it because Arteta isn't my most favorite person in the world. But, guys, can we be intelligent without trying to do the damn you love Saliba too much or the wind-up one? Go. Newcastle have been relegated. They've come back up. They've been in a relegation battle for 10 years. Suddenly, Eddie Howe gets to a final. If their goalkeeper was there, who knows? If Pope was in goal, they might have beat Man United. Yeah? Eric Ten Hag is in a final. Won the League Cup. He's in the final of the FA Cup, and I think he's got top 4. Write a book about him. That's in his first season. It took Arteta 4 years to do this. Bruvs, what is the news on Zubimendi? Bruvs, we've signed him, basically. It's a done deal. And let me tell you why. I'm not ignoring no one else. I'll tell you why. That's why we're not getting Declan Rice. Barcelona Like Ruben Neves at Wolverhampton, he's always said he didn't want to go Arsenal, Liverpool, or anyone else in the world, Bayern Munich, because he's got a Barcelona dream. Barcelona let him down last January when they couldn't come up with a 31 million that Barcelona and Wolves agreed to take Ruben, what's his name? I forgot his name. The Wolves midfielder to Barcelona. Ruben Neves. Anyway, similar, Martin Zubimendi had a kind of agreement with the Barcelona people that he would join. Barcelona have kind of done the right thing and said, listen, we can't afford you. We're trying to get Messi back. We're trying to get Aubameyang in the summer. So basically, Barcelona have closed down the door for Martin Zubimendi. So what I'm hearing is he will come to Arsenal. He's not sure in the Premier League, but he's going to give Arteta and the Premier League a chance. He's not really a Spanish international. I think he's come off the cap once for Spain. He's 24, licking 25. If Real Madrid or Barcelona seriously don't want you, I'm very scared of him. UE describes him as a mini Jorginho. Danilo. Who would you rather, Danilo or Juninho? Danilo, I'm telling you, looking good at Forest. Can't complain as always. Lord help us when we head to the City ground before seasons end. Tell me about it. You know what I mean? At Nottingham Forest, if they're trying to stay up, mate, I'm telling you what. But has anyone got any thoughts? Where's UE? Has anyone got any thoughts on a book for Arteta? Like, what has Arteta done? Ty, have you got any thoughts on a book for Arteta? I'm not too bothered about the book because the way I see it is when he eventually gets sacked by Arsenal and his managerial career is in tatters, the book won't even sell. Kind of true. Kind of true. I don't know, bros. I've watched him a couple of times. He seems like a defensive midfielder that doesn't tackle or kick people. He seems like a Gilberto Silva, a Jorginho type of central defensive midfielder. He's tidy. He's got a pass on him, and he knows how to get an attack going. He's a good player, bros. But again, his stats ain't nothing amazing in Spain. He can't get in the Spain team, bros. I don't know. Look at Guendozi. Guendozi gets in the France team and they've got a stack of midfielders. Do you know what I mean? When you can't get in your national team, and do you know what it reminds me of? Arteta could never get in the national team. He was never good enough to play for Spain. The book should be called All of This for Nothing. Again, I think that book is premature and ridiculous. Anyone that buys it, I think is an absolute waste, man. I'm going to be honest with you. And shouts out to you, Craig. Do you know what I mean? Guys, Victor Roque, I said something could happen in the coming weeks. Yeah? Brazil, I don't think their season's done, or whatever. But anyway, Guendozi is the replacement for Declan Rice. That's who West Ham manager David Moyes wants. Osimhen has been linked with Arsenal and Chelsea today because Osimhen has kind of closed down rumours that he really wants to join Bayern Munich. He says he would love to come to the Premier League. Man City swap deal for Declan Rice. But Man City have also put that question to Newcastle regarding Bruno Guimaraes. Mason Mount, Arsenal are ready to make a bid. I don't get it. Where are we going to play him? Right back? Balogun, Emil Smith-Rowe, KT, all look definitely gone. KT could be going to Villa or Newcastle. I think he'll choose Newcastle. Balogun has been linked with Brentford, and Emil Smith-Rowe is linked to go to Emre and Aston Villa. Arsenal, Saliba wants to stay. We are confident we'll get the deal done. Okay, why ain't it done? Ramsdale and Saka, the deals are very close. Martin Zubimendi, this deal looks done. Real Sociedad know the score. Arsenal like him. And this is for Daniel Key as well. He's got a 53 million release clause. I don't know what that exactly makes. What's that? 48, 45, 47, 48 million pounds. Arsenal see it as a cheaper alternative. And he's at that sort of age that Arteta likes. 24 years old. Do you know what I mean? I am, what's this? I said a quote. Hold on, give me a second, Ty. In fact, let me do the comments. I might buy it from the pound store and use it to wrap fish. I wouldn't even do that. I'm blessed, Ty. Right, bro. Did you hear Arteta's comments after the game yesterday? I didn't like it. No, I didn't. Give me a little example. I didn't, bruvs, because I was already done, bruvs. And I quote, "We've guaranteed second place." Yeah, basically, he's doing a Wenger on us. It's like a trophy. It's like a trophy. Basically, he's saying, we've done our job this season. Tell me how you read it. Comments, that means he was looking at second the whole time. No, what it means is, I believe Arsenal's target this season was a run in one of the cups or the Europa League, which we didn't have. You know what I mean? We got knocked out of every cup quickly. And I believe top 4 was the target, Rovs. Yeah? Top 4, what we couldn't get last year was the target. So because we've come second, he's overdoing it, Rovs. What Arteta should be looking at is, Rovs, you know, at one point we were 10 points clear of Man City. In January, when we had the chance to sign people to improve us, we were 8 points clear of Man City. And a week or two before that, we were 10 points clear. I don't think many teams would have bottled that race so hard. I think Arteta should be looking at that and already making plans how to fix that next season. Bro, Rob Holding come in when we got an injury to Ben White last year. He got sent off at Tottenham. It ruined our top 4 hopes, yeah? Rob Holding come in again this season, bro. Yeah, we drew at Liverpool, drew with West Ham, drew with Southampton. That was like a defeat, as you know, and then got battered at Man City. And now he drops in. The last 2 games, there's been no Holding. So in the summer, he's got a selling, bros. We knew he was shit last year. No, bro. He was looking at second the whole time. He's just been lucky being first that long. Exactly, bros. And this is what I was telling you the whole time, bros. And I said we wouldn't win the league. How long have I been telling you, Ty? Hand on heart, we won't win the league. Should he go? Well, I reckon he ain't good enough, bros. But unless you're bringing me a Klopp, Guardiola, or a class manager, or Ancelotti, bros, you know what I mean? If you're going to just bring another young ass, fast ass manager like that to start another 3, 4, 5, 8 year process, nah, fuck that, bros. You'd be as well hold on to the idiot. Do you know what I mean? But the idiot makes mistakes. Holding, selling Guendozi. There's far too many mistakes. Like what I want to see from Arteta this summer. Rob Holding's almost cost us the league coming in when Saliba's so good. Do you know what I mean? But buying Janino, look, he turned down Danilo. Well, I don't know what Yui's just said there, but he turned down Danilo at 16 mil and then bought 12 million's worth of Jorginho. He turned down a 21-year-old or a 20-year-old at 16 mil. Or was it 14.8? And then spent another 2.5 million, and then saved 2 million for Arsenal by buying a 31-year-old. That ain't good enough for Chelsea. Danilo or the crap. Lego man is frauding like when my aunt claimed social while working. What a comment, bros. I know them back in the day, people, bros. You know what I mean? Or say you're cheap at a certain age to get on the bus. You know what I mean? When that managers, when that used to happen. But yeah, that young manager that coaches in France is good. I think he manages Rennes. Yes, Balogun's manager, the guy that learned his trade from a football manager and has had no coaching experience, hasn't even got his pro license. You know what I mean? But he's working on it now. Young English guy, incredible. Shouts out to him, innit? He's the next Graham Potter. That's how Graham Potter went out to Sweden and Norway and started trying to win leagues there before an English team would touch him. Do you know what I mean? English managers are looked down in this country, I have to admit. Do you know what I mean? Even though this is England, and I do find that strange. Sam Allardyce has mentioned that before, but he rates himself far too highly. Do you know what I mean? Remember, he fucking got sacked at England for being greedy and trying to get bribery money off them sheikhs or something, or Qatari guys. And remember, at Newcastle, he flopped. He was backed. He was given money at Newcastle. They flopped. But guys, let me finish with that news as well. Barca, Rafinha, Eric Garcia can go, guys, amongst others. Ferran Torres has been linked with Arsenal today, 35 mil. Fulham, Arsenal, Juve, all keen on... Sorry, I meant it's Fulham's player. Arsenal, Juve and Bayern are all looking at Joe Paulina. This guy has got some of the best stats in the Premier League as a defensive midfielder. Pitino has announced he's leaving Arsenal, guys. Has any of you seen this? Is any of you shocked? He's been on loan at Blackpool this season. Many people have been telling me, and I'm going to get Will on Twitter, nah, he's Granit Xhaka's replacement. He's special. Well, I've heard he's quitting the club because Arsenal never offered him a deal. And Yui, this brother here, did tell me a couple of weeks ago that the deal was done. Well, I've just had it, and I'm going to say on authority, I've had it confirmed, Yui, that Patino's leaving in the summer because Arsenal haven't offered him a deal. And Saliba, who knows, he could leave in the summer because Arsenal have offered him a pittance. Zaha and N'Golo and Kante has been linked to Arsenal. Victor Roque, the 18-year-old Brazilian who plays for Fluminense, we have been informed today that you can take him for 35 million plus 5 million in add-ons. Man United and Chelsea are also watching that. Patino and Nelson set to leave the club. Barcelona fire sale as usual. Martin Zubamendi looks kind of confirmed at the club. Ramsdale and Saka will be announced before the summer starts. Saliba, who knows if they give a shit if they're going to give him a deal. Balogun, Emil Smith-Rowe, KT out the door. Guys, any thoughts on Mason Mount to Arsenal? Man United have entered the Declan Rice race. Man City have offered to swap Calvin Phillips for Declan Rice. Osimhen has been linked to Arsenal and Chelsea. And Matteo Guendozi is the #1 choice to replace Declan Rice at West Ham. I'm off to have a nightcap, like to watch the old guys night all. I really is that. Not surprised about Patino. Needs a settled club and not a live alone deal. Well, yeah, bros. He's getting older now. What's he, 19, 20? For me, you can't be going on loan at 19, 20. Do you know what I mean? The boy's always looked to have a nice touch. I'm not sure if he's just mad lightweight or something, but he's always looked a bit. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of him. Let me be straight. Any thoughts on Patino? Nelson, I've been told, actually does want to stay at the club, but the deal that Arsenal offered him is pretty ridiculous. He wanted the deal more similar to Nketiah. I'm not saying exactly the 100 grand a week, but definitely he wanted minutes added into the contract. He will get a guaranteed amount of minutes. And so far, Arsenal have not played the ball game on that one. I said watch the ads. Oh, wow, sorry. And guys, I have got ads on last night's video. So, wow, I couldn't believe it. Probably Juma wouldn't be able to see it, but I have got ads. Excuse me, people. Guys, do get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. About 15, 20 minutes left. I'm just going to quickly get the stream out there one more time, as you do. Hey, people. Guys, do get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Come on, guys. 8 likes in the video. Can we have a couple more? The stream out there one more time, as you do. So sorry, people. All right, guys, what do you think? Where's Daniel Heeb? Who thinks we're getting this Declan Rice? Let's go. And the book, as I say, all right, it doesn't bother me that much because obviously I won't buy it. But just to think someone's put the idea out there, of writing a book about Arteta's greatness, I find it honestly just a bit of a shame. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit, for me, I don't know, just not good enough, guys. But guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Will Arsenal get balls deep and go in for Victor Roque? Right, I've got bare more followers on TikTok. Go on. Sorry, guys. This will take 10 seconds. Hold on. Someone's just sent something to me. I'm just going to tell them I'm live. Who's this? Arsenal Forever. Craig, the big man. Saka has appeared in each of Arsenal's last 77 Premier League games since being an unused sub at Newcastle. No wonder he looks burnt out. Well, again, a quality replacement, quality competition. As I said, Trossard's there now. We could even have Dewberry or Vieira that fills in the wing. But I think we need one more piece of quality on that wing. Someone that basically keeps Martinelli and Saka on their A game. Emi Martinez deserves a book about him. Bros, I watched a thing of him the other day. If I ever see it again, bros, I'll record it on my phone and send it to you, or just message you immediately when it's on. Bro, he basically said, yeah, I got in my feelings. So I said I wanted to go. Even when I sort of said I wanted to go, I kind of thought they would tempt me to stay. Honestly, guys, I think it was a financial decision. If the same money had have come in for the other idiot, who knows? It might have been so different. And I've lost someone in my texts, guys. Sorry. Please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. Who's with me, guys? All the social media seems a bit quiet today. Everything's a bit quiet. But TikTok's up and running, though, differently, I have to say. So I'm going to have to give TikTok some attention. I'm going to go and drop a video on TikTok a little later. Last text, guys. I'll call you when you're home. Let me know when you're home. Right, sorry, people. That was the last one. Right, book about him. We've gone from youth project to trust the process, phase 3. Whatever that means. Yeah, bro. And that's what I'm saying. So from the summer now, are we still buying Vieiras and, you know what I mean, Matt Turners? Or are we just going to go get the Declan Rices, the Sacedos, the guys that we actually need? All right, you know this. But yeah, Craig. And what happens next season then? So what is next season's target? So we've clocked top 4. Obviously, we want to do in the Champions League. If we got knocked out in the groups, which I feel we will, because we will. We haven't been in the Champions League for ages. We're not going to be seeded, are we, realistically? And if we are, we're pretty lucky. Do you know what I mean? We're going to get a bastard group. Arsenal will be involved in the group of death. Arsenal, PSG, AC Milan, Bayern Munich. Something like that. And I'm not sure we'll qualify for something like that. Then, if we are knocked out of it, which I predict we will be, it's a battle to get back in the top 4 for me. Will we be good enough? Newcastle will be better. Tottenham have got to be better. Chelsea will be better. Liverpool will be better. That's quite sweet, though. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. 30 minutes in. It won't be the longest live tonight. Might finish just before an hour because I've got to drop a video on TikTok. So, guys, who's in here? I was meant to put the stream out there quickly. I'm an idiot, innit? That's what I was on the phone for. The coronation was like £200 a million. That kind of money should have gone to the NHS. Absolutely ridiculous, bros. Didn't look at none of it. Paid no attention to nothing. Just knew it was a load of bleep, 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 bleep. Like, do you know what I mean? And only London, only England will do something a dumbass like that. Do you know what I mean? Taxpayers' money, pissing around. Absolutely incredible. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I'm not a patriotic person, but still, bruvs, there's limits out here. You can't be doing that, bruvs. You can't be taking the total, absolute piss out here like that. Do you know what I mean? Where is the acres? Where's all the real ones? Where's all the group boys? Give me a sign or a signal if you is here. Please the likes of the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Victor Roque. Could this guy be a genuine target for Arsenal? He is the Fluminense striker. He's 18. He is now free to come to England. You know what I mean? Because you know you can't join. Well, you can't join, obviously, a club outside Brazil until you're 18. Pitino is leaving Arsenal. Nelson has turned down a contract, but more disturbingly, Saliba. Still no news on his contract. And what I'm hearing from the club is Arsenal will pick the right time to go back and with a new deal. White Rabbit, is this what the White Rabbit in the place? No, well, no, we'll be better too. We upped levels from 5th last year. We are coming. Let's not be mad. All right, and I totally agree with you, bros, because the basis is there for me. What let us down is when Saliba got injured, because he's a world-class defender. We only had Holding to turn to, yeah? Holding has to go. He were in top 4 for me last year, getting sent off at Tottenham and being a little calamity liability. Bro, the right signings. But, bro, look, he wasted 35 mil on Vieira. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if Turner was that necessary at 7.5 mil. You know? For me, he wasted 52 in January. I'm not sure about Jacob. Maybe he'll prove me wrong. Jorginho is a 12 million load of fucking shit. Don't know if he's Brazilian or Italian. Do you know what I mean? And Trossard, 28 mil. Fuck off, mate. Do you know what I mean? He hit the ground running and the team doing well. If Arsenal not doing well, there'll be no more assists and no more goals from Trossard. Why do you think Brighton was so desperate to get rid of him? Well, I know real Saliba news, bros. I know he wants to stay at the club, and he's also said publicly he wants to stay for 4 or 5 years. Do you know what I mean? But I also know the deal that was offered was so way short of what Ben White earns, and way short of what 160 grand a week Zinchenko earns. It was well short of that, and he won't accept it. Ndicka, why would we get Ndicka? He's a left-footed centre-back. Why would we have signed 20 million worth of Jacob Awori? Jacob and his little Corey. Why would we have signed that guy? If we're going to get Ndicka, a left-footed centre-back. Unless we're selling Gabriel, which I doubt. So what I heard about Ndicka is Ndicka was so greedy. He asked for a 6-year deal, 200 grand a week, a massive signing on fee, and shit like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. True. Guys, get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing. Junior's best player on the pitch yesterday. Trossard, assist king. Much better than Mudryk. Bros, Mudryk at Arsenal would have been brilliant. Mudryk at Arsenal would have been a real player there, bros. That would have been a real quality signing. That would have been the one. Hold on. Hold on. Yo, I'm live on my channel. I'll listen to that in a minute. Sorry, guys. Everyone, when I'm live, wants to... Bros, that's exactly what Bros, if we offer 180 grand a week, he stays. He'd sign a 5, 6 or 7 year deal. He does love Arsenal. He's loving a bit of North London, bros. But he ain't going to take 40 grand a week. You know what I mean? Yeah? Bros, it shouldn't be that much of a victory. We let him go on loan for 3 years in a row without extending his deal. That was pretty disgraceful on Arsenal's part. Do you know what I mean? So, bros, just do the right thing now, innit? If that was done, I love it. Mudryk will start cooking next season from Chelsea. He will, bros. Too bad he still can't shoot. Yeah, I know. Mudryk doesn't want to be at Chelsea, and he's there for 7 years. Well, bros, contracts and everything ain't worth that. They only done that to get the deal over the line for financial fair play reasons. You know what I mean? Cool. Well, I've been told he's turned down a deal just very recently, so hopefully. Oh, guys, Arsenal and Bayern Munich will fight out for Joao Cancelo, the Man City fullback in the summer. What's your thoughts on that? As much as I don't rate Rodin, I do believe it was Benny Blanco who ended our hopes at St James's Park last season. But it was a combination of both. I'm talking White Hart Lane for him, and I've never really rated Benny Blanco. £50 million centre back, that's now £50 million right back. He'll never play for his country again. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I don't think he's probably good enough to play for his country. You've got Trent Alexander, Trippier. Just them two alone are levels better than Ben White. You know what I mean? So I've never really got it with Ben White. He's not really an international player. He's not a world beater. And this is to you, bro. He will never get £50 million for Ben White. If we went to sell Ben White tomorrow, what is it, 25 mil? 25 mil, guys? Yeah, mate. Couldn't agree more. 2 million doesn't get you very much. 2 million gets you nothing these days, mate. In fact, 2 million gets you Rob Holding. Right, 3 signings that turn us into title winners. Rice or Saicedo? I believe we need a striker. But if our strikers, and I'm White Rabbit, do you believe that Jesus has done enough by getting 10 in all competitions this season? Nketiah, 100 grand a week, number 14 shirt, and it's written into his contract. He has to play a certain amount of minutes. That's why if Jesus is on 2 goals, he still has to come off for Nketiah every single game. Who would give him? Who would authorise that contract? 100 grand a week. But Saliba earns 40 grand a week. So I think we need a striker. But honestly, Declan Rice or Saicedo, a class winger to keep Martinelli and Saka on their toes, even if it was Rafinha. But there's other wingers. There's Moussa Diaby. I'd even still take fucking Mudryk. He's better than Trossard, do you know what I mean? A class winger, a central midfielder, and then something needs to happen at the back. A massive right back, and then Ben White should go back and battle with Saliba in the middle. Or a right-sided centre-back, so we never have Rob Holding again. I think we need more than 3, but realistically, I'd love a Hakimi or someone at right back, someone that can bomb forward. Fuck Ben White. Ben White should go back to the centre. Hakimi, Saicedo, and a wonderful winger. And a young striker. Don't forget Reece James. Wow, exactly. He just gets injured a lot. Mate, well, Man City would pay 50 million for any fullback in the world. You know what I mean? And this is Arteta and Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? If he was that good, bro, you'd have Ben White. You'd have the Man Cities in the world coming after him. Do you know what I mean? We had no competition for Ben White when he joined from Brighton. Do you know what I mean? Just release Rob. But he loves him, bros. He must be like a spy in the camp. Not bothered about getting a fee for him. Well, bros, we don't get a fee for most people. We won't get a fee for Pepe. He's on his last year. He'll probably just be sent out on loan for his last year. Nate Lamals will be let go for free. Told us we want Tony. Just waiting for the ban. Now, I did say this to the Acres. Could it be the ban that makes a lot of big teams not buy him? And you know what, bros? I'm hearing Brentford 100% have made an inquiry for Balogun. Brighton have made an inquiry for Nelson, but they're waiting because they know he's a free. Guendozi could be the replacement for Declan Rice at West Ham. What do you make of Emil Smith-Rowe? Do you think he'll leave? KT? And the other guy that's tipped to leave is obviously Patino has announced that he's leaving it today. From what I've been told, Patino says he's leaving. What do you make of that? I know a lot of Arsenal fans thought he was like the Granit Xhaka replacement. I do like the idea of Cancelo at Arsenal. But I do worry. I do worry that Arteta might coach the talent out of him. Tierney will push through on his intention to leave. I think he will as well, bros. Nketiah could be joining Bournemouth. What a load of crock, bros. Bournemouth will probably get relegated, even if they don't. Who's going to give bros? We've fucked Nketiah. He's on a 5-year deal, £100,000 a week. You know what I mean? No one's going to give him that money. We're fucked with him for 5 years. What a load of bollocks that is. Sorry, Manny, I don't mean that in a rude way. What a load of bollocks. We look a serious, good team. Still 4 or 5 right signings in the summer, and we are there. If he beats City. Bros, he's good, but he's not that good. Do you know what I mean? Who's better out of Watkins and Tony for you, bros? Very possibly. I think it would be a mistake to let him go, bros, but at his age, I don't think he wants to sit around as Zinni's fucking backup dancer. Bros, Lacazette, I'm going to be honest with you, bros, he can't do it in the Premier League, bros. Do you know what I mean? We had 5 years of Lacazette, mate. Hence why he left on a free at the end of his contract. Do you know what I mean? He downs tools, he doesn't play. Premier League was way too much for him, bros. Premier League's a big league. He's found his level. He can bang in France, just like Balogun can bang in France. Tony's better than Watkins. Manny, coaching talent. Oh, him, laugh out loud. Why do you hate our manager so? They've far exceeded expectations this year. Come on. All right, cool. And I would have agreed top 4 would have been enough. You know what I mean? I'd have liked a cup run. But, bro, do you know at one point we were 10 points ahead of Man City? You know in January when we wasted 52 million on Trossard, Jacob and Jorginho, yeah? When we fucked that 52 million quid down the drain, we were 8 points ahead of City. I still think for the position we was in, it's unforgivable. If we had just turned the draws into victories against Southampton and West Ham, we'd be 4 points better off right now, mate. And probably on course to win the league. West Ham, Southampton, not good enough. And we bottled last season's top 4, mate. Arteta hasn't learned, mate. He hasn't learned. Brendan Rodgers is a bottle job. We seen that at Liverpool. Arteta's going to do the same, bros, until no other club gives him a job. Since Arteta has been at the club, the most we got for a player is 25 million for Willock. And that's why Newcastle, he's still a part of their plans. He's a decent little player, bros. He's better than Vieira, let's put it like that. I agree wholeheartedly with you. Last 3 comments. I've missed a couple of them then. Oh, Tony is better. Mistake to let T go. And we look, bros, we are a seriously good team. But as I said to you, brother, where are you? Right here. Bro, it is now serious signings. Bros, we flirted with Mudrak in January. We got Trossard. We flirted with Caicedo. We got fucking Jorginho. I don't get it. And I'm hearing it's done for Zubimendi as well, White Rabbit. What have you heard about Zubimendi? Going in tools under that absolute clown. Bro, when Aubameyang got told he can leave for free and he was getting sacked and he was no longer captain, he gave Lacazette the captain role in the team. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know, bro. He scored 1 goal. He scored 1 goal in his last season, bro. And that 1 goal was a deflection. 1 goal in a Premier League season. And he almost played. He played 30 games or something. 1 goal. Jean Arby, he scored 1 goal. Bro, I blaze, drink, whatever. Unfit, not a professional athlete. I honestly think with Arsenal's talent, I could score more than 1 goal in the Premier League. Love it. Love it from the Spanish Tony Pulis. We didn't waste 52 mil. Oh, Trossard has been fantastic. He's 29, bros. Younger talent out there. Last 2 games. Jorginho, last 2 games have been great. Jacob proved his worth too. Albeit it would have been, love to say, though, to happen. Bros, this Jacob was okay against Chelsea. Okay. And this is Chelsea. Well, bro, he won't get in our first 11 if everyone's fit. He's not better than Martinelli. He won't play the number 10 role and get Odegaard out of the team. We ain't going to drop Saka for him. I would have rather just a top shelf player, bros, rather than some backup bitch. You know what I mean? At 29 and a 31 coming 32-year-old Jorginho. Ridiculous decision from the club. I said on February the 1st on my roundup of the transfer window, I said, guys, 8 points clear. We're not going to win the league. That was a bad £52 million. All I can say is we've been proved right. We haven't won the league. Or I reckon I've been proved right. Rather than out, we cannot change yesterday. So, bruvs, the only way to improve it is Saicedo, a Declan Rice, a class winger. Stop putting so much respect on Eddie Nketiah's name. Even Gabriel Jesus, bruvs, I love him. I love his work ethic, yeah? But, bro, 9-10 goals is not enough, yeah? Look what the fuck Haaland does. Haaland can get 10 goals in 2 to 3 games, bruvs. Do you know what I mean? 2 to 3 games Haaland can get what Jesus has got this year, bro. That's when you put shit into perspective. If you're going to tell me not to rate him to Haaland, all right, Salah then. Salah's consistent. Lacazette's gone on a 3 and has scored over 25 goals. But, bros, that's his level, France. That's his level, bro. Why do you think he doesn't play for the French national team, bros? Oliver Giroud has always been ahead of him, whether we agree with it or not. Benzema will always be ahead of him. Lacazette is all right, bros, but he's not that good. Fresh air shots. He's technically not a good player. I love Lacazette and Aubameyang. Aubameyang I did love. Lacazette never did. Never did. Trots, no way, bro. Give Trossard a sensible manager, mate. You're watching the box at the weekend. Of course, bros. And that UFC the other night, I would have covered it live, but they come out for the ring walk at 5 a.m. It's just personal terms. The boy is dubious about leaving home. Bros, I'm dubious about a prick that's 24 that's never played well. He's come off the bench for 1 cap against I don't know, Gibraltar or something, or San Marino. I really have no faith. And you know when a player does well, bruvs, even just a little bit well in Spain, Barcelona and Real Madrid grab him. They've never been interested. Barcelona have flirted with him. The 53 million release clause, they laughed their heads off and said, Arsenal, go on. Because he doesn't score enough. But the thing is, Lacazette in his last season scored 1. Lacazette was a player that really couldn't get over 10 goals a season either. So, fuck Lacazette. Bros, I'd love to do a 24-hour stream. Let me see what the real one's saying. I really don't understand why you're always on the match, Trossard. He's come in and contributed more to the team than Mudryk has at Chelsea. That's because Chelsea are just a state. Chelsea's last 6 games, bros, 1 win against Bournemouth. Bang. They even beat Arsenal. We even beat them. Come on, bros. Trossard at Chelsea wouldn't be doing fuck all. Bro, he got 3 assists in 1 game and do you know what I mean? I don't know, against Bournemouth or something. As I said, if you'd have helped us against West Ham, Southampton, Liverpool, Man City, I'd hear it. When he made his appearances in all 4 of them games, he done fuck all for me. No assists, no nothing. Bro, he's okay. He wasn't... Lee, did he lead us to the title? In January, I'd rather assign fucking nobody or a bunch of 17, 18-year-olds that can come through the fucking ranks and everything and go on loan for a little minute and come good in a year or 2. What's the point of bringing in people when you're 8 points clear, top? You either bring in something with a bit of fucking meaning, a bit of fucking authority, or you just piss their title away. Do you know what I mean? I said it on February the 1st. I don't believe this will take us to the title. If Partey gets injured, if Saliba gets injured, we're fucked. And look what happened. Partey got a bit shaky after taking a knock. Saliba got injured. Job done. He got a left-footed centre-back, wouldn't play him. Played Rob Holding, and now he's playing the left-footed centre-back at fucking right centre-back because he's realised, bang, Holding was shit against West Ham, shit against Southampton, shit against Liverpool, shit against Man City. Has Arteta learned from his mistakes? That's all I want to know and all I want to fucking think about going forward next season. Because if it's still Holding, still El Neni, still Jorginho, fuck that. Trossard wasn't good enough this season to take us to the title. Fuck it next season. Bros, it was very good, bros. But a £12 million, he owes us 1 good performance. Fuck him, innit? Saicedo, do you think it would have been just 1 flash in a pan performance? Bros, against Man City, could Jorginho have fucking saved us? Which game did he start, actually, in that little run? Southampton, West Ham. What did he do that game, bros? Fuck all. We drew. 1 good fucking game, brother. Bros, I would have rather Danilo. We spent 12 million on Jorginho. Danilo's 20 years old at Forest, and he's doing all right, bruvs. You know me, I don't hold back, but I have never been very happy with Trossard. Exactly, bruvs. Decent little footballer, bruvs. But when we're 8th, when we was 8th last January, you know what I mean? Or the year before, get Trossard then. Trossard isn't that elite player, bruvs. I didn't really comment on that, but in terms of goals, bruvs, I know why I know why Guardiola sold him and brought in Alcaraz and Haaland. You know what I mean? And why in Jesus' last season he played Grealish in a number 9 role. He played in a false 9. He played Foden in a false 9. He played Mahrez in a false 9. Anything but to give the guy that doesn't like scoring, Jesus. He's another one that misses a lot more than he scores, bruvs. I agree totally. He had the opportunity. We had Jesus injured and a shitty Eddie Nketiah in January. Go and Google it if you don't believe me. We only had one striker in January, but you thought you'd buy Jacob and Trossard. You know what I mean? Not even a lone striker. If you think Eddie Nketiah is going to win you the league, you know what I mean, or be good enough until Jesus is fit, bollocks. Jesus went 10, 11 games without a goal before he got injured. That should have been the warning signs to maybe get a striker in January. Anyway, as I'm saying, I was right. When I see the January signings, my January roundup video was we won't win the league because that is not going to help us a shit. Great comment. Trossard, he is unwanted. He's unwarranted. He's happy to be a squad player. We need depth. No 22, no 50 million winner. Well, bros, you only paid 28 million. Bros, he had 6 months on his contract and they've squeezed 28 mil. It ain't a great deal. And they weren't going to, even though they could have extended his deal by a year, because De Zerbi said he was a little bitch and he couldn't work with him, you know what I mean? He wanted him out. And I've got this on authority from Brighton fans. De Zerbi didn't want to work with him, didn't like him. He called him all sorts in that bust-up, bros. Do you know what I mean? I can't say half of them on my stream. Winger is going to sit on the bench and be happy. Whereas 28-year-old Trossard is. He's about to turn 29. Yes, we all agree. We need a goal machine. And I believe this window will secure him. And who could that be? Ivan? Take Ivan's free kicks and penalties away, but I know they all count. And you couldn't. And Shearer and Harry Kane wouldn't agree with that as record scorers in the Premier League. But take that away, bros. I'm a bit suspicious about this guy as well. Walk with the White Rabbit. White Rabbit theory, Danny. Speaks facts. Trossard wants start ahead of Ivan Saka. Oh, sorry. Danny speaks facts. Of course. There you go. Now I like that so much better. I was almost reading it backwards. Danny speaks facts. Trossard won't start ahead of Ivan Saka or Martinelli, and he hasn't exactly recreated his Brighton form. Well, it's not even that, bruv. When we're doing well, he came in for a couple of games doing well. When our tricky form come along, he sort of went a bit Brighton-y. Do you know what I mean? And a bit what De Zerbi wouldn't accept at his club. Someone that can't dig in. Because if they didn't do, again, mate, I believe, I don't care what you say, not that I'm trying to upset you. I believe with the correct signings in January, a Caicedo or a Mudrak or a decent striker. Strikers can win leagues, bruvs, even when you're not playing well against Southampton or against West Ham, 2-2, 3-3. You know what I mean? He could have got that goal. I do hear you though, but again, if we had a striker that got 25, imagine we had a striker that scored 50, we would have won the league weeks ago. But if we had a striker that scored 25 goals, do you know what I mean? The league was ours. But I've got no time for the geezer. Definitely, he can control the game, but he's slow. He's very slow. He can't defend. If the attacker gets past him, he can't keep up with the pace. Do you know what I mean? He goes sideways very often. That's why his stats look all right. He passes it sideways to the next geezer next to him. That's why his stats look okay. Fuck stats at times. Why is players like Paulinho and that the best defensive midfielders in the Premier League? You know what I mean? Zaha, people don't think he's the best winger in the world. He's consistently always on like the Opta stats, you know what I mean? For most dangerous runs or most fouled player because, you know what I mean? He's very tricky and people like to foul him. Defensively, he can try to go, but he lacks impetus and maybe his stamina exactly isn't good. He's not meant to start above them. There are star players. Bros, we need one more. And then our star boys know what time of day it is, isn't it? If remember, we were meant to bid for Rafinha right at the start of the window, bros. That would have helped more than anything. Because Saka's looked tired. Martinelli's looked tired at times. And Rafinha, even though he pisses me off, he's a bit greedy. Stature-wise, he's still all right. Bros, you bring in Trossard, we're not going to win the league next season. We need a winger to compete with Saka, Martinelli. A striker that will give Jesus a kick up his arse, you know what I mean? And a central midfielder that puts an end to the panic if fucking Party ain't there. Came to us by a chance if he never had a fallout. Well, Tottenham bid 9 mil for him, and then Arsenal and Brighton started talking. Very suspicious, you know what I mean? Tottenham valued him at about 9 million because he had 6 months on his contract. No, but when they perform, they deserve credit. No? Yes, they do, bruvs. Yes, they do. I know there's certain players you ain't having, but they play well. It shouldn't be dismissed. Okay, but again, like you're worried about a KT leaving or something. I'm wondering if Zinchenko is really the perfect left back. Like I know you and UE have been talking about. Things like that worry me more. I worry that we're going to let Balogun slip through our fingers and he might go on to have a decent career. Why wasn't he never given a chance? Balogun said in an interview, bros, and I promise you, I'll send it to you if you don't believe me. Yeah? He said, I wasn't sent out by the gaffer, Arteta, because he didn't trust me as a striker. He sent me out to grow up. Obviously, there was a bit of an attitude problem there. And probably maybe his response in France wasn't that great. I've grown up. I'm now a man. I've now proved to him that I can go to a different country and be one of the top 5 strikers out there. Do you know what I mean? I've proved it. I want to come home to Arsenal. I'm good enough to play for Arsenal. But so far we're hearing, just like Saliba, until peer pressure, until he got in the France team, until he started winning the best player, young player of the year award in France, when Mertesacker come out and said, none of us can be blind at this club anymore. We must all take notice of what William Saliba is doing in France. Do you actually believe? I was always right, bro. That kid would never have played for our club. He wanted rid of him, the fucking idiot. Where would we be today about Saliba, bros? We wouldn't have had a fucking title run. He wanted him gone. And that's why I said I've started to suddenly, all of a sudden, respect Mertesacker. Because Mertesacker, when he come out publicly and said, everybody must notice what Saliba's doing. Of course, us coaching staff and us people of authority like me, Edu and Arteta, and I bet he was only talking for himself because he's German, he's a bit real, he has balls, innit? He was like, we all must take notice. He's now a French international, you know what I mean? Holden can't even get in the England team. LOL. Maguire can. He's the best young player in France. They've got a load of young talents. But Nketiah, that the striker that went to PSG, he could have won the best striker last year, the best player in France last year. He had about 15 good young players. Do you know what I mean? Competing. Was Kameninga out there that year as well? He had Kameninga. He won the best young player over everyone. But he didn't come back to a new contract. He come back to literally, if you're better, prove it. Not the number 2 shirt that he requested. I would have ripped that off Bellerin's back. The way they ripped the number 4 to give Ben White the number 4 shirt when he was on loan. I can't believe how you can't see that shit, Lee. So now, whack out the money for Saliba. He deserves $250 a week for the fucking cheek of Arsenal. There you go. Hold on, I gave it. On here astounds me. You'd think we were in deep crisis the way some of us are going on. Again, I'm going to explain to you. We're 10 points just ahead of Man City before the window. And then while the window was open and rife, yeah, we flirted with Caicedo, Mudrak. I've been told on authority that we did drop the 53 million release clause for Zubamendi. So you couldn't have wanted your little mate Jorginho that much, brother. Yeah? But Zubamendi said straight, I'm not sure about going to England and I'd rather play for Barcelona. This is why I don't want Zubamendi. Bruvs, we agreed a deal with him in January because we didn't want Jorginho. Then he flirted with Caicedo and then he bought Jorginho. Probably on Guardiola's advice, bruvs, because him and Guardiola are tight. Guardiola probably mugged him off. Yeah, get Trossard, get Jacob. I like Jacob. I'll bring him to Man City, but I've got a Kanji here. And Lee, I love and respect everything you say, and it's not doom and gloom. Lee, all I'm asking for now, and I'll repeat it in case you don't understand. So hopefully you're going to say, all right, you either agree or you think I'm still wrong. I don't mind that. Lee, I want the liabilities that cost us the league title this year gone. Yeah? Even though we can't buy 10 players in the summer, I think Ramsdale needs competition. Yeah? But anyway, forget him. He's a good goalkeeper. Yeah? Something's got to happen either at right centre back or right back. Ben White should fuck off and be Saliba's bitch and understudy at centre back. We either back Jacob or sell him or get Trusty back from Birmingham or get him Dicker on a free. Yeah? I would personally keep the left backs the same. But I think KT is not going to be happy with being Zinchenko's bitch. Because Zinchenko, I blame him for a few of our goals recently. He goes missing. He ain't that savvy as he thinks. Do you know what I mean? We've got a brilliant team, bros. If Partey ain't got a Cosby case over him in the summer, like the rumours are, I'd back Partey. But I'd bring in Saido or Rice alongside of him. Xhaka, for me, when you see the good old Xhaka is when Partey ain't in the team. And it took Xhaka 6 years to become what? Just a decent squad, a decent midfielder at Arsenal. I just want the mistakes taken away, Lee. The Rob Holding's gone. Don't give out needless contracts to Elneny. Don't give Nketiah 100 grand a week. Don't sell decent little talents like Guendozi. Even Willock is better than Vieira, bros. But I can live with selling Willock. Just give Saliba a new deal. Stop giving Ben White 130 grand when he didn't get nothing like that at Brighton. 20, 30 grand he got there. You know what I mean? Nketiah 100 grand a week. You can't get 10 goals a year. That's unforgivable for me. And as I predicted, Lee, the January signings, whether you love them and I don't, won't get us over the line. And we were 8 points clear the day I said that, bruvs. Remember that. We weren't a point clear. We were fucking that many clear, bruvs. When we're that many clear, for me, you should win the title. And I don't know, I thought we'd finish 10th at the start of the season. So well done for getting Champions League. And that's what I'm saying to Lee. Well done. Brilliant. So well done for getting Champions League. If Chelsea was at the races, Liverpool was at the races, you know what I mean? Not so sure. Because if Liverpool and Chelsea had cemented their place in the top four like normal, Man City cemented their place like normal, we would have been battling with Newcastle and Eric Ten Hag's Man United for the fucking last spot. We were blessed. Let me promise you, the people that are ramping at me, White Rabbit and Lee Akers, yeah, if we're all in good health and exactly a year from now, you mark my words, and I'm sitting, we're not in the same place because we're due to move soon. I'm due to get the fuck out of here. But when this time next year, like this guy says, White Rabbit says he'll come and tell me when Saliba's got his deal done. Well, congratulations. He's the best defender at our club. He's miles better than anyone we've got. He deserves to be the best paid defender at the club. Zinni earns 160. Ben White earns 130. Why? Tierney, 110. Like, I like Tierney, but bruvs, 110 and 160 for two left backs. We're paying a lot of money in left backs, Lee. Maybe that's why we want a left back gone. Sorry, I didn't finish that 10th of the season. Should have been much more. We've blown an 8-point lead. And it was a 10-point lead, bros. But in January, when you could have made that difference and not got Jacob or not got Jorginho, you know what I mean? Rob Holding ain't that young, bros. Do you know what I mean? Jorginho wasn't young when he came in to replace Partey or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Trossard at 28, knocking 29 isn't young, mate. The only way I would have said by a 31-year-old Jorginho and by a 28, 29-year-old Trossard is if obviously we're going to win the league with him. Or they weren't just bit part players at their Brighton and Chelsea's respectively. Must be annoying. I could not agree more. The negative. But again, it's not just negativity. Do you not take my point then? The Rob Holdings, the Elneny's, they both didn't need a contract extension in the last year. They're both shit. You know what I mean? Ben White, 130 grand a week. Zinni, 160 a week. Tierney, 110 a week. Gabriel, fuck knows what, because he's just signed a new deal. Bro, we lost a massive lead. Man City would not have lost that lead. Liverpool was always just behind City because they kept on having immaculate seasons and then broke down the wall and fucking finally done them by getting over 90 points. It will take something extraordinary for someone to win the league over Man City, bros. But we was in a prime position. And I'm not trying to close down what you're saying, Lee. I'm trying to say Jorginho again next season won't be good enough. Trossard isn't even a first team starter. So you want him to get them little 5, 6, 7 assists or whatever he got at our club personally. Because remember what he got at our club, he's officially got 9 assists all season. What did he get for Brighton? Because he had a half decent season at Brighton. Just repair the mistakes, bruvs. Hold him. Go. Elneny, Jorginho, Lokonga, go. You know what I mean? Real decent midfielders. I'm not sure about Zuba. What's your real thoughts on Zubamendi, bros? Because I've been told this is done. Done. And we did bid 53 million for him. Would Zubamendi have brought us to the league if we'd have got that 53 million signing? And would we wouldn't have bought Jorginho, obviously, but would Jacob and Trossard have joined in? Because that Zubamendi would have been what we spent. We spent 52 in January. Zubamendi, we put a 53 euro bidding for him. Which obviously, in Spain, like Thomas Partey, why Atletico Madrid hate us, it's a release clause. It goes to the government and they pass it on or whatever to the team. Weird, but whatever. So we gave the government the 53 million bid in Spain, bros. Real Sociedad had no choice. They had to release the player to come to Arsenal. The player didn't want to join us. When a player rejects you because they want Barcelona, I'm always scared of that player. More than a nightcap. Brilliant. I've got to go in a second. I'm way too long. But you know what? It's been a brilliant conversation. I wish Craig was more involved in it, but he's here now. I'm doing a parade for Arsenal finishing second. Oh my God, I hope that's not true. Go and watch AFTV. What? Go watch AFTV then. Oh, that's all positive. Danny is real. Always says it how it is. I love it. I wouldn't have called him them kind of words, bro. But thank you, Phil. Like, I'm only asking for my club not to throw away an 8 and 10 point lead in the league. You know what I mean? Man City badly want Champions League. They're in the FA Cup final. Do you know what I mean? They had a busy season, bros. And I wanted us to take advantage of that. Southampton, West Ham, in the 2 games are unforgivable. And we done it last year, yeah, Newcastle, White Hart Lane. Yeah, bros, his choice of words wasn't brilliant, but I don't know. As a friend. And I hear you. And I'd rather tell you as a friend, I just don't agree, bros. Right, mate, I'm going to ask you a few bulletproof questions. Right, White Rabbit, this is literally just for you, mate. And I'd love you to give me the time of day for your answers. Balogun. I've been told it was an attitude problem like Guendozi. I've heard what Balogun has said in France. He wanted me to go out there to become a man. I've went to somewhere out of my comfort zone. I don't even speak the fucking language. But I'm doing well as a striker. And yeah, he said it. Rems ain't PSG, At PSG or Marseille, I'd be scoring more. This is Rems. All I want is a fair chance. I've been told he won't get that fair chance. Is that true? Yes or no? And why are we doing that to Balogun? Unless we're buying a big name striker. Yeah? That's number 1. Number 2, as you said, Indika could have been a good player. We could have got him in January, at the end of the season, and left the Jacob bit. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? Because he didn't want to play Jacob when it mattered. West Ham, Southampton leaking free, Liverpool away, even though Liverpool accept that 2-2. Do you know what I mean? He's stuck with Holding. For me, it hasn't shown he's... Look what Holding done to us last year, bros. We were collapsed when he had to come in for Ben White, and Ben White wasn't the best at centre-back last year. The 50 million signing of Ben White, not brilliant. He's a right-back now. Not good enough for the England team, but okay, I'll live with that. Let me get my charger on. What do you think of Fabio Vieira, bros? I think that 35 million could have went to a really good fucking player in the summer. Do you believe the 35 million for Vieira? Like you've disagreed with me on Trossard 28, Jorginho 12, and Jacob 20. That wasted 52 million. What about the wasted, or for me, the wasted 35 million on Vieira? How necessary was that, bros? I'm just asking you, White Rabbit. Because Vieira wasn't good enough to come in for the title challenge either. Would you give him another season, Vieira? Or would you get rid of him now? I've been told Emile Smith-Rowe will go because he prefers Vieira. Do you think that's the correct decision? And I've also been told KT, he won't stand in his way if he wants to go. I'm saying... Honestly, I'm not sure if he's learned from some of his mistakes, mate. If he lets KT goes, yeah? Tavares he doesn't trust. I've been told as well, Tavares. But look what Marseille have done. Marseille suspended him. They said he can't take instructions. So maybe he's right on Tavares. But on Guendozi, he weren't right. Yeah? On the Saliba 3 years on loan, he weren't right. He was better than Mustafi. He was better than Socrates, bruvs, and he was better than Holding. But he went on loan for 3 years. I know you'll never admit that one to me, but if you're ever telling me, even at 18, Saliba weren't better than Socrates, Mustafi, and Holding, because they were the 3 pricks, and he wasn't even in our Europa. Remember when he had to stay embarrassingly for 6 months? He wasn't even in our Europa League squad. We had Dundalk in the group. Are you telling me Saliba weren't good enough for Dundalk? So I just want a couple. You keep telling me I'm negative. I want wholehearted answers from you on my negativity. Saliba on loan for 3 years, but we had Socrates, 100 grand a week. Shit. Yeah? Yeah? Mustafi, fuck off, mate. Yeah? And of course, the man that lost us the top 4 last year and the man that, for me, lost us the season of the league this year, Rob fucking Holding. Yeah? On what planet is these footballers better than Saliba? Maybe 1 year on loan. Not 3, mate. He didn't like him. Saliba rocked up to Arsenal, played against Wimbledon, yeah? Remember that game where he played a few minutes against Wimbledon in pre-season? Obviously, he was a bit cocky. Obviously, I stay out here. Just like he come and dismiss Ben White on the first game of the season at Palace. I'm better than you. You fuck off to right back. I'm here. He never lost his place since, and we lost the title because of it. That's how good Saliba was, bro. And he could have been doing that last season. Last season would not have happened with Saliba in this team. Don't tell me Saliba just got great because he took a plane to England in the summer. He was great last year when he won the fucking best player in fucking France. But you wanted fucking Rob Holding over him. Are you dizzy, brother? It's not negativity. For me, like Phil said, he shouldn't have been so insulting, but it's fucking facts. Rob Holding fucked off last year. Let him go to fucking Nice, wank, or toss in France and keep fucking Saliba here, bros. We're top fucking 4 because Saliba's world fucking class, my friend. Anyway, Balogun. I'm not saying he's world class like Saliba. I reckon, from what I've seen of him in France, he's probably better than Nketiah. Should we be fucking him off out the door for no reason? Did you agree with Guendozi? Guendozi's better than Jorginho, fam. Look at his stats in France. He's fast becoming one of the fucking best midfielders in the fucking French fucking Tosser League. Fast becoming one of the better defenders. And I know Liakers deep down agrees with that. I think Liakers would prefer Guendozi than fucking Jorginho. Whether he's going to say it right now publicly, I don't fucking know. Yeah? He's only judging Mudrak on Chelsea's form. Watch when Mudrak fires and blows next season under a decent manager. Yeah? Suddenly he'd be right. I think Mudrak should go on loan to Brighton. The Zegri's already said it. He is going to win the fucking world's best player. He's going to win the Ballon d'Or, bros. He's that good. The Zegri's a good manager. Shouts out to the real ones. My phone's banging again. So sorry, that wasn't an attack, White Rabbit. Honestly, with Arteta, I just don't believe he's learned from his mistakes. I don't believe we should have brought in backups that probably weren't good enough to get us to the league title in January. And in the summer, I believe that has to be addressed because I think most of his January business needs to go. Do you know what I mean? If you send Saliba out on loan for 3 years because he ain't good enough, surely Jacob's got to go out on loan for about 9 years on first appearance, on first thoughts. Bro, see, no. Lee Gunner is just negative for clicks and that. Please don't upset me, bros. I'm never doing a Lee Gunner on you. You agree with me, Sasado was better than Jorginho. I think you deep down agree that Holding is a lot better, a lot shitter than Saliba, but I don't know what you're going to say because I ain't seen your comments. Last year, Saliba should have been on our team, bros. Not winning the best defender in France. The best defender in France. Not sure, because I hear Zubimendi's done. Do you really think we'll sign 2 top-class mid? Well, I don't think Zubimendi's that top class. Because then what happens to Partey and his best friend Jorginho and Xhaka? That's why I can't see 2 coming in. I think Chelsea could change his mind. He was a Chelsea player years ago, bros. And I remember seeing his comments. I will make this right one day. Not being good enough for Chelsea. That burns him. Whether he's going to walk into the calamity what's going on at Chelsea now, But Christopher and Nkunku signed for Chelsea, bros, in their calamity situation. Mudrak signed for Chelsea. Enzo Fernandez went there for over 100 million pounds, bros. Some people are just greedy little bastards. Do you think Chelsea are just going to turn shit because we don't like them? Nah, mate. They're going to throw more money at it in the summer, mate. Whether it takes Neymar or fucking whatever. All right, cool. He's been very consistent. I think he gets roasted by good players. Do you know what I mean? Roasted by them. Any good left winger that comes up to him, he looks stupid, but fine. And you will see it in the Champions League next season. Lee, he ain't a patch on Trippier, 12 million quid. He ain't a patch on Reece James, 0 million quid. And who else? Trent Alexander. Well, what he offers in attack, bros, I think outweighs like 20 assists a season. You know what I mean? I'd rather put Alexander. If I was patriotic, I'd rather have Alexander at right back, Trent Alexander than Ben White. He's not an international, bros. Not at centre back or right back. Here's my prediction tonight. Ben White will never play for England again. And if he does, it'll be because there's a massive injury list. Bros, Maguire plays for England. He might even still be their fucking captain. Bros, Maguire ain't that good, you know. Whether Man United paid 80 million or not. And bros, Gareth Southgate ain't racist to white people. Ben White is white. You know what I mean? Shocking, bros. Why did he give him a new contract last season, bros? Around the same time this year, he dropped a new contract on the injured El Neni. Tell me why. Oh, God, bros. That's not good for anyone. No one needs a Cosby. That's right back in the league. Not according to Gareth Southgate, bros. He's got about 4 right backs that are better than him. Kyle Walker, yeah? Trent Alexander, Reece James, Chelsea, and the other one I've mentioned, Trippier. Just in the Premier League alone, I reckon there's 4 better right backs than him, bros. And I don't think I don't agree with everything Southgate does, but I don't believe he's racist, especially to white people. He's not good enough to play at right back. So is he better than Maguire? He don't play centre back. Who else is centre back for England? Stones. Not better than him, obviously. How about Michael Keane at Everton, whatever else he puts in there? Or Tyrone Mings? Remember, he's a centre back by trade. Southgate won't play him right back or centre back. That there speaks fucking volumes to me. Fucking like boing, doing, 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 doing. He doesn't study football. He's admitted that. He doesn't like football. He turns off. He just tries his best in games and tries his best in training. How do you know about the left winger that's going to play you next? Dedicated footballer study that. He hates football. Best right in the league this season. Jesus. Ramsdale back up. Yes. I've already said that. He just needs to be kept on his toes. Reserve player. Hold on. Reserve player trim, etc. We are very healthy position to press on and do great things. This is not the end. I know this, bros, but again, it's key things in the summer because, bros, Newcastle with all their money ain't going to just drop away. Man United have obviously got a good manager, bros, because what Arteta has done in 4 years, Eric Ten Hag has come from Holland, a dickhead league, sorry to say Holland, yeah, a muggy league, yeah, and he's won a cup. He's top 4, just about, and he's in a cup final. And if Seville didn't fuck him, he could have won 3 cups. But he's in a cup final against Man City. That's a brilliant first season. How about Eddie Howe? I never rated Eddie Howe as a manager, ever. Thought at the time when he spent money at Bournemouth, it was a disgrace. It was 20 million for the guy that's still there now, Solanke. 15 million for Jordan Ibe. Yeah? He spent 10 million with Arsenal for Benicophobe, laugh out loud. Eddie Howe looked like a waste man to me. But he's obviously a good coach, bros. Or maybe Arteta's just been unlucky. Why can Eddie Howe get a team that's been in a relegation battle for 10 years? Bros, he didn't outspend us. He got what? Isaac? Trippier, 12 mil. Let's be serious, bros. Look what Newcastle have done with a guy that I thought was a tramp of a manager, Eddie Howe, who relegated Bournemouth, who would never be given a job again. I said, Eddie Howe. Bournemouth don't have 50, 60, 70 million pounds. He got a guy from the Championship. What was his name? That midfielder. And after he left Bournemouth, he started doing well back in the Championship. Spent 12 million on him. 12 million Benicophobe. 20 million Solanke. He ain't a Premier League striker. Does well all right in the Championship. Jordan Ibe. Was that a good 15 million from Eddie Howe? So I thought when it comes to spending money, he'd fuck up. Isaac, brilliant. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, bros. Liverpool are going to come good next season. Chelsea can't be the disgrace that they were this year. Because remember, we're going to go and help them out with their financial fair play. What? Raheem Sterling? N'Golo and Kante? Who are we going to take from Chelsea this year? We took Cech, Willian, Gallas, Jorginho. When are we going to learn? Stop doing bit. He took Willian on a free on 250 grand a year contract, but he can't give Saliba a new contract. 250. And if Willian didn't tear up his own contract and say, I'll go back to Brazil, do you know what I mean? Would have been fucked with him. You know, what was this funniness he said here? Ben White, best right back in the league. All right, cool. Not according to me and not according to Gareth Southgate. Just saying, Ramsdale back up definitely. We're in a healthy position, blah, blah, blah. Chelsea and Liverpool will have had off seasons, but where we are because of the most part of the season, we've been outstanding. Okay. Southampton get battered by everyone and whatever, but okay. All right, cool. When it mattered, bros, we fucked up. Last season, the same. Then I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll strap him up, put him in the boat. I'll get Jorginho down to Yammers, down to the London Stadium, Upton Park also, just for a fucking tour. Do you know what I mean? I'll give him to you. You know what I mean? No problem. I'll give you Lokonga as well and money on top. Give me Rice. Well, bros, Liverpool. Like, let's not feel sorry for ourselves. Liverpool couldn't get the title off Man City easily either, but they fucking did it. And the position, Liverpool never had a lead like that over them, as far as I remember. What? They don't earn that, or they don't deserve that? Go look at it, bros. Zinni earns 160, Ben White earns 120 or 130. What I'm saying is, all right, without begrudging that, what about Tierney, a backup left back, 110? Give a respect. But you know, the boy sits in this changing room and the boy knows he's one of the best young defenders in the world. Real Madrid and PSG don't want him for no reason, mate. Real Madrid and PSG want him because he's a fucking world-class defender. We've given all the power to Saliba and his agents now. Exactly. All because he allegedly, I've heard it in a different way, he was a bit cocky. He kind of walked in like this is my starting place. Like, I'm obviously one of the best guys here. And he pissed him off at that game. That one game that he gave him at Wimbledon, he upset him. Exactly. I hear that, bros. But at least do it fairly then. If you want to give Willian 250 grand a week, you know what I mean? At least give Saliba what he deserves. Exactly. And I don't want to sacrifice the sale of Zubimendi that can't get in a Spain team. Tell me right now the players keeping him out of the Spain squad, bros. And let's see if we want them at the club. What's that? Walk with what? What block is your season ticket in? Bros, I love the way he's very confident as well. Bro, Marcus Thuram, which Thuram? Is it? Oh no, he's got a brother, isn't he? Yeah, Lilian Thuram's got fucking seeds out there. Bros, I've seen him a couple of times. He's a winger. He's in France. He looks good, bros. Is he the guy to challenge immediately Saka and Martinelli? What about Marcus Thuram? Even him, I don't like him. You know what I mean? How about the guy wearing Dicker is? Is it Kolo Munani or whatever? There's strikers out there, bros. All right, all your points I'll break down. Brilliant. Here we go. And this is what I wanted, bros. All right. All right, all your points I will break down. Balogun, I don't care. So hold on. I'm going to stop you right there. So sorry. Eddie Nketiah, a fucking Henry shirt, 14, 100 grand a week, and written into his contract that he has to have a certain amount of minutes. And you'd bin this geezer. See, that's what I'm not sure about. I'm not sure about it. Why would Arteta sanction this massive deal? Anyway, let me just read what you're saying, because that bit just shocked me already. Balogun, I don't care. Don't like. Buzz, what do you know about? You ever met him? And I don't be rude. Have you ever met him? Guendozi in his passion when he come out in the car, climbing out of his window, telling all the Tottenham fans what he thought of them when we beat them. Was it 4-2 under Emre? Okay, they're a little bit cocky, but it doesn't mean bin them, bros, at 19 years old. Guendozi was 19 when he made that mistake. Guendozi was 19 when he told fucking Morpie he earned more money than him. So what? So the fuck what? I play for Arsenal, mate. I earn more money than you. Anyway, see, I don't get that attitude. Anyway, I will break that. Balogun, I don't care. Don't like his attitude. Not signing the deal originally as a youngster, messing the club about. When Nketiah waited till the last minute until he got 100 grand a week, you know what I mean? Ozil bled the club for 350. Aubameyang done the same. But maybe they got a belie, innit? Right, let me speed up in these comments. Let me speed up. Right, I'm sick of this ridiculous talk of attitude problems. Yeah, man, I can cite a few of Arteta's favourites who have attitude problems. You know what I mean? Themselves change the culture. Bang. Name the players, buzz. 2, Indica backup. Yes, he's stuck with Holding. I agree it was wrong. I'd like to have seen Jacob sooner. Ridiculous decision. After what he done last season at Newcastle, at White Hart Lane. What about Vieira as well? Vieira is much slimmer and weaker than Nicolas Pepe. Pepe's scored more. Yeah, to be honest with you, if you're going to replace me, Pepe, yeah, I mean, because of his attitude problem with Vieira, I'd have told you to go fuck yourself as well. So, I mean, I don't like his decisions, bros. People on. I'll be Jerry McCall, Peacemaker. Bros, what a brilliant idea. Who fancies a Twitter space? Ben White has been fantastic. Couldn't disagree more. So who would you drop from the England team for Ben White to make him that full international? And would you play him right? Is he best at right back or centre back? Because this is where you're going to fuck yourself there. Because he's not that good at any of them. Are you going to watch them for Man City tomorrow? I wanted to, but I don't know. Vieira, I'll say this is not FIFA 23. Not every single signing is going to... Put that 52 million that I say is wasted, or that 35 mil, bros. You're coming out of money to buy a good player. That's a Sado or Rice. Oh, yeah, he probably needs a 3-year loan. All right, I'll agree with that. A 3-year loan like Saliba. Even let Uber go, didn't sit well with me. Well, not at the time, bros. Not when you need top 4 and you've only got Lacazette, who scored 1 goal that whole fucking season. That didn't sit with me either. You're the guy that made him the captain. You're the guy that gave him 350 or 375 a week. So fucking back him and all his idiot tendencies. Jean Arby, Uber deserved to lose the captaincy, but not to be thrown out. Not to be told to bugger off. Yeah, exactly. But again, it doesn't burn me. But to give Eddie Nketiah Henry's shirt, listen, we've got strikers that don't get over fucking 5-10 goals a season, innit? We just don't. I certainly am. Do you know what I mean? And it's these decisions. Like, he's seen Eddie Nketiah up close front. Do you know what I mean? He's 24, and he's probably scored 15 goals in his career. That includes Leeds United and all his time at Arsenal. Like, if you're 20, like Wayne Rooney done that in the first 15 minutes of his career. No problem with him. But the fact we didn't replace him was a big no-no for me. Yeah, because Uber, if you got the right Uber and didn't piss him off and play him on the left wing, Uber did score goals. You funny little cunt. Tavares, bang. We all moaned about him last. Does he's shit. I wouldn't worry about him. I didn't moan about him. He's done exactly as he did at Arsenal this season. A few good matches and goals, and then fell off at Marseille. Well, yeah, no, Marseille just didn't class him. Bros, if you watch Marseille now, he's still in their team, but he's now in the front three. He's now a right winger. Not even a left winger, and he's left foot. He's a right winger, bros. Guendozi, I was very, very sad that he left. He needed someone to put his arm around him. Well, again, Emre, 49 games in a row. Didn't do it for no reason, and Emre's not a mug. Do you know the only person who was thought of as the perfect man? Was it as or was nailed to the cross, allegedly? Well, no one could ever physically nail me to a cross, bros, but I'll go down that same way screaming. We can try for perfection. We all wish for it. Alhamdulillah, Andy. Arby. Alhamdulillah, my brothers. He is not without mistakes. And bros, that's why, hold on, bros. Desegbury has been at Brighton 20 minutes, yeah? And you've got Chelsea and big teams, Tottenham, looking at him, yeah? To take him as their manager. Graham Potter got given the Chelsea job, yeah? Bro, there's no Real Madrid, Barcelona, or Man City trying to take fucking Arteta off us. Let's behave. He's been here 3.5, 4 years, isn't it? And he'll be here another 3.5, 4 years, and still no Barcelona or Real Madrid will try and take him. The same way we'll never get 50 mil for Ben White, and all the other things that I'm saying that is very true. I have no idea what that says. Chelsea can't offer him Champions League football like we can. But they all joined, bros, knowing this. Enzo Fernandez joined knowing that, bros. Didn't bother him. Meant to be one of the best midfielders in the world, no? £100 million. Massive reputation. Great World Cup. Christopher Nkunku. Massive hit in Germany. A very sought after striker. He's joined Chelsea. Mudrak. I love you, Arsenal. I watch you on TV. It took Chelsea 9 hours to do that deal, Lee. 9 hours after they agreed a fee, yeah? He was on a plane, done a medical, and agreed terms. Bros, he's a very funny guy, isn't it? He's a very dodgy guy. Maybe that's why I don't like Ben White. Don't let me get started on Southgate. Got England to a final. He got England to a final, didn't he? Lost on penalties. England do that usually. Easy prediction, Benny. Southgate didn't like Benny Blanco's attitude. Oh, of course, it's attitude. And Ramsdale, what we'll say about Ramsdale is he's got too much passion and he talks too much, trying to get the best out of his defenders. So he doesn't play Ramsdale as his number one because I don't know. I don't even think he's number two. I actually think Pope's the number two at the moment. Gave Emil Smith-Rowe a chance, but I don't know what happened there. Again, bros, but hold on. But he only got right. Here's a different way to put it in. Super fans on Twitter and AFC TV, and I don't want to be rude, possibly like yourself, but I don't want to be rude. Kind of get blinded by mistakes. Full-heartedly, bros, at 19, just turning 20, Guendozi didn't deserve that. All he done was back Leno when he got injured at Brighton, bros. That's all he done. He backed his player, pushed more pay, told him he had more money than him. And he got bombed out of our club for pittance, bros. He's worth more than the 5 million or whatever we took for him. Do you know what I mean? I believe that 35 million on Vieira could have been saved. And Emil Smith-Rowe could have been given that chance. I reckon they've probably had a row them too. Ben White had no affiliation with number 4 shirt. He wanted Saliba out so bad, bros. But you've said you've agreed with me over this one, so I can't keep going there. Then Saliba come back and said, give me the number 2, innit? He still ain't got it. Rumour is he'll get the number 2 shirt in the summer, innit? He doesn't want to be number 4 shirt no more because he got took off him for Ben White, a guy that got signed for 50 million while he was on loan. And he comes straight back, bros, on the first day of the season and took his place. See, that's what I don't trust about Arteta. And he doesn't want to admit that he was wrong about Ben White, so he puts him at right back. I'm not sure, mate. And I've given you my full-hearted answers back. And I don't think Gareth Southgate's racist to white people. I think if Ramsdale was as good as everyone was going on, he wouldn't be behind Nick Pope and Pickford in the rankings. And everyone in the world is ahead of this guy. And probably Mark Gouy at Palace. You know what I mean? Even Tyrone Mitchell, the left back, is probably ahead of Ben White in the England team. Why? How is Mark Gouy, the Crystal Palace defender, better than him? Name me everyone that's played for Southgate at centre back. Why doesn't Ben White play centre back for England, mate? Holding either. Okay. And the way the January signings didn't push us to the league this year, even though we're 8 points clear. Well, when we've both got 0 points at the start of next season, I don't think them lot will make the difference either. Well, Ben White could never score the amount of goals or provide over 20 assists a season as a right back. So I know he gets hurt, but he isn't the worst right back out there, bros. And I would sacrifice Ben White for 20 assists a season. Bros, this geezer gets 20 assists a season. Go look right now. Go look right now and go look at last season. He's a right back. He scores. He takes free kicks, corners. Brilliant crosser. I don't know how you could say that, to be honest with you, bros. Don't know how you could say it. I know if Man City got forced to sign a right back tomorrow and it was either Ben White or Trent, I know who Guardiola would take. It wasn't that, no, because you remember, I said I'm done with Mustafi, Socrates, and I said I wanted someone English, a big, strong, maybe English geezer. When did Ben White look big and strong? I still backed it because of his young age and the way Brighton were doing well. But Brighton didn't rush out there to replace the geezer. They took the 50 million and pissed themselves. Hopefully, and Declan Rice is that influential, mate. Declan Rice could have maybe steered us to a title if we'd have signed him in January. Forget the 52 million waste of money and bought proper players. Rob won't play. I think he's admitted defeat on that one. There's no pleasing you. Don't be silly, Lee. I will be pleased. Please. Just make up for your stupidness in the summer window, innit? Not bad at all. Yes, I'm disappointed. It looks like we won't. It looks like I can promise you we're not going to win that league, bros. And I can also promise you, bros, and this one's going to upset you, Lee. We're not going to be 8 points clear of nobody next season. That was our chance. Like Leicester 2-16. That was our chance, mate. So we're going to have to come a lot better than we was this season to be top next year. He loves an argument. Fucking certainly do. Am I still far behind in his comments? Yeah, because it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. The only what? Oh, pace setter, sorry. Seldom if ever go on to win. That's how it's proved. We got cocky and paid the price. Like an honest we flew too close to the sun. Brilliant. Cool. So what I'm saying is, mate, I know we can't prove this, but this time next year, let's see if I'm right. Let's see if we're bang out the Champions League at the first attempt, because we'll probably get something fucked up like the group of death, and then it's a massive struggle. Bros, he couldn't cope with Thursday, Sunday. He's going to fucking have trouble getting his boys ready Wednesday, because Wednesday could be a tough game in Italy. AC Milan, Inter Milan, it could be Bayern Munich, PSG. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest, bros. The teams that have put us out of the Europa League, man, I don't know. I honestly think we will never see Saliba in an Arsenal shirt again. Please don't say that, bros, because Saliba wants Arsenal, innit? He does want to stay, bros. He just won't accept dickhead money. That's it. Tirana's a DM. Is there 2 or 3 of them, bros? Because I'm sure I've seen a tricky little midfielder winger. There's a Thuram out there that's also Lillian's son. He's a tricky little midfielder, bro. You did say DM. He looks more slippery to me. Hold on. Of course, bros. Definitely. But I just don't think they've got the... Does Balogun look to be that ghetto guy and like a bad attitude? Guendozi, bros, we see what he done. He just had passion for the club. So no, I haven't met them, bros. I just have a feeling anyone that's got a voice, do you know what I mean? I don't think he could cope with a Vieira or Tony Adams, innit? Because they'll take control of the dressing room. Arteta wants yes men, people that are really nice and won't shout at him and won't be rude to him. That's what I'm worried about, bro. And that's what has to sort of change as well. I didn't mean that in a dig you out way, bros. I meant it as it weren't 30-year-olds like Aubameyang just he was sending out, bros. Balogun, Willock didn't have a bad attitude, bros. Did you remember his interview? I'm so grateful just to have got minutes at Arsenal today when he scored a banger before we sent him out. Bros, they all didn't have bad attitudes. Guendozi was so young. He just needed a proper manager, bros. Do you know what I mean? Saliba had no attitude problem. Just knew he was better than all the rest of the defenders and probably asked to come in. Where's my number 2 shirt? And let me crack on and just get everyone out of this team because I'm the best. You don't loan a guy out 3 years in a row, buy £50 million centre backs, and then make him a right back, bros. That's fucking ridiculous. If you'd done that and you was the manager of McDonald's or one of the directors or of a carpet firm or a double glazing firm, and you fucking said, right, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're not going to these windows that you've just invested £27 million on this new fireproof window. We're going with what I want. We're sending them out for fucking to Hungary, with no disrespect to Hungary and Estonia. We're sending them out there, and we're going to buy Ben White for 50 mil. We're going to back Socrates. We're going to back Mustafi, and we're going to back Rob Holding. Brilliant. Seriously? Cool. If that's the way you want it. With hold on. There's something happening with Anwari. It could be the agent's attitude. Oh God. Just strap him up to a deal, Anwari, bruv. Something that actually looks good coming out of the academy. We can't get that right. He even gave him his debut to break. Oh, I've given someone their first game at 15. I broke that record as well because my name's Mikel Arteta. Bro, you never played him again, you dickhead. And he had a League Cup game against, what was it, Wimbledon? AFC Wimbledon? I was so hoping to see Anwari there. But nope. He was good enough to give a fucking debut to. Do you know what I mean? When he was 15. But he weren't good enough to play in the League Cup against AFC Wimbledon. More mistakes that could make Anwari go to fucking Chelsea and Man City. See, bros, 100 grand a week, number 14 shirt. And bros, believe me, I do have a couple of people that, again, can leak information to me. It's written into his contract. And I got told at the start of the season, Jesus will always come off for the last 8-10 minutes, whatever it is. And it happened the whole season, even when Jesus was trying to get a hat-trick on 2 goals. Like, you've really got to trust a striker to do that. And remember, he scored no goals for the club under Arteta. He trusted him with 100 grand a week. Just flung it out there. Just because I'm not a fan of one doesn't mean I don't care. These two things don't. I'm saying, though, we seem to be backing one who can't score or replace Jesus when he's out and bring us to the league title, but one that's genuinely scoring out there. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Balogun is Osimhen. I'm not saying Balogun is Haaland. But if Nketiah has been trusted his minutes, in my opinion, bro, Balogun, because he's done well in a different country, go and send Eddie. Not to Marseille, bruvs. Not to fucking thing. Send him to Rennes and see if Eddie can score there. Makes me have a high and mighty attitude at times. I often say that Ramsdale is believing his own hype. Well, Ben White doesn't even look at opponents, bro. So he thinks he's better than that. He doesn't like football. He just said, I'm fortunate that I was a decent footballer. All right, what about Spain then? Zubamendi can't get in that team. But that's another guy Arteta desperately wants. I don't know, mate. I'm just scared, innit? The summer window's got to be correct, bruvs. I totally agree with what you... Not agree. I totally hear what you're saying. But we've had 2 years of this pissing around. Look what Eddie Howe's done, bros. You've got to acknowledge that. But only Eddie Howe got there because Chelsea and Liverpool probably shit. Ten Hag, bros. Could win 2 trophies. Seville was a bit of a freak. That did surprise me. But Seville just like winning the Europa League. But hey, we didn't get further than Man United. So listen, we can't be bitching. Eric Ten Hag's done this all in 1 year. Sorry, correct. Just because I'm not a fan of Balogun. I read that all backwards or it was wrong. It doesn't mean I like Nketiah. That's it, right. I knew I got that wrong. Brilliant. Cool. All I asked there was I didn't want no one. We're not trying to, and don't be rude, we're not trying to suck Eddie or Florin off. I'm just saying if one deserves the chance, doesn't the other? Because from how I'm hearing it, without a chance, he'll be bombed straight out. Like bombed. Guys, almost time to go. And Cuckoo also should have been a part of that French squad. He got injured, bros, right at the wrong time. I don't think it was his problem. His fault, sorry. His problem. I think he got injured, bros. What are we talking about, the French squad? Ramsdale also has a lot of technical differences. Poor positioning. Bros, he's had a lot of howlers this season, but keepers get good when they're 28, 29, 30. I still back Ramsdale fully. I believe he needs competition, not the great American hope. Matt Turner. Huge gap between his legs. Ramsdale has won us this season. Well, Ferguson used to say Peter Schmeichel used to win him 12 points a year. I'm not sure. Wow. Nothing. It was a joke from a different stream. It weren't you, bros. Joke from a different stream, please. Like, chill. But people say that about Zinni, bruv. Zinni is the better going forward, but I blame him for a lot of our goals this year, but he won't play Tierney. I know KT will agree, but KT, Lee, he agrees with everything you say. Who should be Arsenal's left back, Tierney or Zinchenko? I want to see if the White Rabbit agrees with this. Bruv, he ain't that terrible. Again, but Ben White gets violated against every good attacker, bruv. Zaha will piss Ben White around, bruv, and he did. Okay. Well, in a year or two, we'll still be sitting here saying he ain't England international. Do you know what I mean? Real Madrid or Barca or Man United or Man City, they'll want him. Bruv. Yeah. So he's a 50. So what is he for you, Lee? Is he a 50 million centre back or right back? What is Ben White's best position, Lee? Because I know he wasn't a right back before he got to Arsenal. I'm pretty confident he'd never played there. But all right, some of you are going to say he played on the right he played in a free on the right hand side. It doesn't make you a right back, motherfucker. I skipped your message. I fucking didn't, brother. I'm not disrespectful like that. Trent is better. Who said Southgate is ready? I would never do that, mate. Maybe one's been held. YouTube do watch me. Maybe it's my fuck you attitude. Sorry, correction. Nah, bruv. What was it? Just say it again because I don't do that. Lee will tell you that. Lee, would I skip a geezer's comments because I'm upset with him? Not at all. But that's not my style, bruv. Even if you've pissed me off slightly, I've got more respect than that. You've come onto my stream, so I'd never disrespect you by skipping a comment. He says Southgate. See, now I've gone back again. Hold on. Every time. Sorry, Danny, talking rubbish. You skip my message. Stop winding each other up. Danny, the way you're destroying our players one by one makes you come across a Spurs fan. Lee, you know me personally. You've met me. We've went to games together. Are you telling me you deep down believe I'm a Spurs fan? Because last time you said that, Lee, yeah, can you remember the last time you said that? And I've thrown that in your face many times because we went on to collapse and bottle top 4. The last time you said that, Lee, look what happened to the club. Now you said it again. Brilliant. Fabulous. The last time he said that, we so bottled top 4, we got slapped around by Totti, Newcastle, everything fucked up. It's funny that, because I was so angry about last year. Last year broke my heart. We should have been a Champions League team. Tottenham weren't that good. Tottenham weren't that good this season. Conte made Tottenham a little bit better than they was. Because Conte is a world-class manager, and I'll still back that. Conte's world-class. Just Tottenham are very Spursy. Balogun does look like he has an attitude, but neither of us know. It's just an opinion. But I like a guy then who's got an attitude, but he can score 17 goals in France or whatever he's got. Not all of them have bad attitudes at all. I won't speak on Matteo, as I know someone who has worked with him directly. See, that's the biggest thing. And see, that's the one that burns me the most, bros. That one is one of the ones, and bros, believe me, I started a YouTube channel literally on why is Saliba on loan and why is Matteo Guendozi been sold. 19 years old, bros. Like Saliba 18. They had to fuck off back to France to a farmers league to become French internationals because we didn't show them that respect. Bollocks. Like, no, that's unforgivable, mate. And he won't come back for the 5 million we received for Guendozi. I don't know, mate. You're on fire. Lee's always on fire. Lee's brilliant, but it takes a couple of things to happen at the club, and then Lee sort of thinks like me again. I'm going to be honest with you. And Wari's agent wants 80 grand. I'm sure they don't want 80 grand a week. We've only got Saliba on 40 grand a week, mate. Like, we can't even give Saliba 80 grand, so that can't be true. And if it is, though, bruvs, possibly show the prick the door, innit? Because there's levels out here. Maybe show the bastard the door. By the way, Right Rabbit, you've made this stream on fire, and I've got to go because I've got work early. 2-hour stream. I've got to go shortly. You've made this stream on fire, mate. So has Lee as well. Don't get it wrong. You two have been on fire with me. Everyone has minutes in their contracts nowadays. But this one's blatant, though. This one's really blatant. I'm just saying. I'm not sure he deserved it. Back, agreed, Danny. We need some ballers in that squad now. No more project players. Yeah, man. Seriously. And we're linked to another project, 20-year-old. The guy that kicked the shit out of our midfield, apparently. Satin Ugarte. He has a £62 million release clause. Sporting CP, the team that fucked us off at the Europa League. Allegedly, we want their defensive midfielder. And then it's Zubamendi, bros. What happened to Rice and Caicedo? I'm hearing it on really good authority. Like this geezer just said, he heard something about Guendozi. Do you know what I mean? I'm hearing it on good authority. We've changed up the Rice and Caicedo, even though we're publicly still been linked with them. It's more Zubamendi. Do you know what I mean? And what other ever cunt I said? What's he done in 1 year that could drop out of the top 4? Well, loads of games in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? You know, we can't really have a good cup run. Do you know what I mean? Does that mean the FA Cup sacrifice, League Cup sacrifice next year? I'm only sort of talking on what I've seen league. We haven't really had cup runs. Europa League, I don't know. Sporting CP are better than us, and whoever else the year before. Currently, I don't want us in the Europa League. I don't think we're quite ready for the Champions League. A couple of more signings, brother. I think we're ready for the Champions League. Tierney is better defense. There you go. See what I mean, mate? Do you agree with Lee on that? But everyone wants to do this to Zinchenko. I love him going forward. I love when he pops up in the right wing and puts a good pass in. Who was that? Palace? His assist. That wasn't Palace. He is, bros, but he goes missing at the. So, bros, again, because you're going to go back on yourself, Lee. You fucking hate Trent because he doesn't do his job properly back there at right back. But when fucking Zinni, this side of the field, wants to fuck about, and Tierney wants to fuck, but Braveheart, passion, Scotland. I may not be the best fucking player in the world, but I fucking don't give up. I fucking give you 7, 8 out of 10 every fucking game. Do you care what I mean with you, man? He gets overlooked and probably sold to Newcastle or Aston Villa, in my opinion. Again, Tierney's the better defender, but Zinni don't. Zinni's going to go missing in the Champions League and against Man City next season. That ain't going to change. But he'll be brilliant against Dundalk. He'll be fabulous against fucking... Not Brighton. They'll probably kick Sherwood. He'll be fabulous against Fulham and Bournemouth. Brilliant he will be. Nottingham Forest, they'll step. He'll be brilliant against Forest. But it's the rest will he be brilliant against. He played right back at Brighton. Ooh. And that's his best position. Who? Zinni. What? No, I was joking. I think that was on the Tottenham thing. I know, bros. That just pisses me off, bros. Like, with all Arsenal things around me, get cut in Arsenal clothes. I don't want to be called a Tottenham fan. I don't want to be fucking called Lee Gunner, that little prick either. I'll tell you what, because that geezer I can't stand. He says something negative. Bros, have you seen some of the teams he wanted? I think Nelson should be all right with her. Lacazette up front. Bros, the geezer's dopey. Fucking hell. I'm not dopey, my bros. I just see certain things and call them. I'd rather save that 50. Bros, you see if that 52 million was to cost us a bit of our budget in the summer, that would give me the fucking arsehole. I've got to hit the hay. Bros, I know. I've got work early. We're going to try and get out on around the 2-hour mark. I could have 100 comments here on Southgate. If you want to know the real reason why White was sent home, was Foden tried to talk to White's fiance. No, I've heard it totally different, bros. Ben White just got bored. He doesn't like football. He doesn't enjoy football. And if you weren't going to be a part of the squad and he wasn't playing, he was like, Gareth, like, I'm not feeling what's going on here. I'm not a part of the squad. I want to go Ibiza with all my fucking funny ass friends and have a fucking 18 to 30-year-olds party or something. That's how I've heard it, mate. So we've all got different sauces. And mine doesn't usually end up being HP sauce or mayo or chili mayo or garlic mayo. My sauces usually, as Lee will probably tell you, even though I put things in a negative way sometimes, they have this habit of coming spot on right. And Lee will tell you that factually. I don't believe that at all. Why wasn't Foden fucking banished from the squad? Ben White's the one you won't see again, mate. That was the message. But maybe the government stopped that one coming through because that one interests me. I like that message. That was the message. Yeah, bollocks that I skip that, Russ. Bollocks, because I love that message. Absolute bollocks will I skip that. And I don't agree with it. I've been told what I believe is on authority that what me and you would die for, mate, would die to be in the squad and would sit there without getting paid or just sit there watching from the side. He basically got a bit bored of it. He's admitted he doesn't like football, mate. But we'll see if he plays for England again. Because if he said to Southgate, I don't want to be here, I want to go Ibiza on holiday because I'm not in the squad. I'm not in the team. And you obviously planned. He said this after 2-3 games when it was clear he didn't want or need him, even though England had with injury problems to Carl Walker and everything. He didn't get a look in, mate. Do you know why? Because they're fucking good enough. Squad player, yes. Starter, international, no. So I've heard it. He just asked to go home, mate. He was bored. So that's why I said he'll never play for England again, because I don't think Southgate would ever pick him, even if he was the best right back in the league, mate. That's why I said that, because I've heard it totally different to you. And Gareth Southgate was like, do you know kids would die to be in your position? And he was like, well, I'm just getting a bit of suntan on, and you know, I don't really like football, Gareth, so it's time to go. What's our solution to the striker position? Could have given Balogun a chance, but I'd say buy one. I actually agree with him that Balogun might be the be all and end all. But the only thing I'm scared of is, bros, Rems is a shit club. I know a lot of fucking football, and you know this. You know I'm fucking spot on. Any of you challenge me, I'm spot on. Lee Akers knows this. We play these knowledge games on the channel here and there. Me, Lee Akers, and UE. I'm sure you've seen, you know what I mean? He'll randomly say to me, Steven Grishevich. I'll tell him who he played for, when he played for them, and what if he done anything significant in his career. That's mad. That's mad nuts to know. I know a fucking goalkeeper that played to his 42 at Coventry fucking City. But I know this, bros. That's why I feel I know my football, innit? But anyway, it's all our opinions. And yes, I'd like to buy one in, but the thing is with Balogun, I don't believe Eddie Nketiah could go and get 17, 18, 19, 20, whatever goals he's got. Because Rems, I couldn't name you one of their players because Rems are fucking shit. They've got a 34-year-old English manager that I've never heard of before that said he learned about managing on Football Manager and he ain't got his pro license. So there you go. That guy there with no pro license got goals out of Balogun. Ivan Toney should come in the summer. He does, bro, time and time again. And I know you like Tierney, so okay. So hold on, brilliant. This is going to be a good one. I know Matteo is outside of football. He is very rude. I'll tell you more in person. I will not put in a minute then. I beg you message me. I'd even give you my fucking number because I'm all ears. He doesn't look that guy to me, bros. 80 million euro, 65. I still think 65 would be a touch too much. Bros, he would have to be Wayne Rooney like he was coming through at 16. And I doubt this kid's as good as Rooney. I know it's different positions, but you know what I mean. When Rooney was 16 years old, bros, that fucker was on fire. See, that's a very tough position, bros. Do you blame Arteta and Edu? See, I get that one there. Do you blame Edu and Arteta? Or do you just think the kid's rating himself too good? But, bros, what if he does go then to Borussia Dortmund or something, and then they make him Jude Bellingham and he comes back to Man City for 150, 160 million the year after that, or in a couple of years' time? It will piss me off. What's your take on that, bros? What would you do? Would you try and offer him 45, 50 and say, like, you know, with appearances, you get your 65,000 euros? What would you do? Eggers, what would you do? Wow. So he was bought because he was better than Saliba, but then when Saliba comes back, he was shifted to right back. He never played him at right back that season we fucked up top four, bros. The last season. He's a baller. Wow, would love him. I'm just scared of Portugal after Vieira, bros. And what if he come in and done a Vieira? I heard Vieira had silky skills and looked good in Portugal. I'd rather say, bros, would you rather Ugarte or would you rather Sissedo or Rice? There you go. There's a question for you. Choose to listen or not. It's a fact. I think I've got it figured. He don't like football, mate, and he asked to go home because he weren't a part of the plans. I don't know. And I think Gareth Southgate might have took a bit of a spite to Foden. I don't think Ben White's got it in him to throw hands. Ben White looks like a little idiot to me. I don't even think he's got a girlfriend, boss. I think he's dodgy, but who knows? I just think he's dodgy. Sorry, guys. My phone's been going mad. Man, trust that. That's something to say them all there, isn't it? Oh, shut up. Who's this now? My phone's just banging out at gone midnight. Right. So, if none of our players play stupid international friendlies, which causes injuries, I'm happy. You say mad, bros. I don't want none of them, even Saka. I wish he was potentially had a groin injury when it comes around to. I'm not patriotic at all, bros. But I'm just saying, bros, you know, if you have 3 or 4 good games in the Premier League, you'll get in the England team. Mark Gooey, whatever you call him at Palace, Mitchell at Palace. Bros, if you have a few good games in the Premier League, you'll play for England, mate. Watkins, Tony, I don't know, like they'll all get a little shout for England. They won't play above Keane or nothing, but you know what I mean? Bros, England caps are thrown around like it's fucking Class A to fiends out there. You know what I mean? And I'm talking them nasty fiends. I said last season, Ben White isn't a centre back. But he bought him as a 50 million centre back. He played him as a centre back, bros. Saliba he become a right back. Again, I find that ever so confusing, but I'll walk with it if you and P Rabbit want me to do it. Fuck me, phone's going nuts. He played it right back. I'm sure he didn't, bravs. He was played as the back 3, right side of it, but maybe. Isn't he energetic? Isn't he engaged? I don't know. All right, maybe. I think he's dodgy, but I'm not sure. It's just the way he talks. He sounds like a dodgy geezer to me. Seriously. His girlfriend is 10-10. You paid her. No, I'm joking. But I love it. Hey, P Rabbit, White Rabbit, whatever it is. Sorry, I'll walk with you, brothers. I'm walking. Please join us again tomorrow, 10 p.m. live. Brothers, I might even have to get on the channel. Let's get you and Lee Akers on. Do you know what I mean? Lee Akers trying to give him a Tottenham fan, bastard. Buzz, Lee, I got to get my light fixed. I pulled something from the back, the little money again, innit? Do you know what I mean? They're a bit delicate, these pictures, isn't it? I'll think wisely when I'm fucking setting up a new house. Do you know what I mean? Because I will be due to move soon. But guys, on that note, please. It's been legendary. I love this stream. Seriously, 2 hours and 2 minutes of beautifulness. We're not always going to agree, guys. And I just want us to learn from our mad mistakes. So sorry. White didn't get a shout, but some pieces don't fit. White didn't get a shout, but some pieces don't fit. Yeah, I don't think you will ever get a shout for England again, mate. Honestly, mate, and we'll see. If Ben White's that good for you, why won't Southgate called him up since? And he won't call him up in the summer or whenever we're playing internationals again, bros. But he's the best right back and he'll get well for you, or the league. Do you know what I mean? And we've got a lot of good right backs here, so it may as well be the world. So, yeah, mate. We're going to disagree on that one, and we're going to take that up when Carl Walker's injured, Trent Alexander's injured, and Ben White still don't get in the England team. All right? Because if Phil done that to him, if you're a good manager, you tell Phil to fuck off, and Ben White will be a right back. But guess what? Phil's the better player, so that can't happen, mate, because he doesn't want to lose his job as England's international manager, in my opinion. You skipped this one, mate. What? I do comments one by one. So no, YouTube can block them at times. Everyone says it. Lee, please tell him. He thinks I'm skipping his comments. I don't, mate. Right. And this could be the last one anyway. Yeah, hence the issues that Arsenal are having tying Anwari down. Arsenal even gave his dad a job. Rask out in the youth side. Shit! And we gave him his debut at a premature age. You know what I mean? Even though he didn't touch the ball. We should have gave him a couple more games. Was it AFC Wimbledon in the League Cup? We should have gave him just like 1 or 2 minutes, maybe. If he's that good, bros, and wants that much money, he has to be a little bit good, I think. Unless he's just Nicholas Bentner in disguise. I think Arteta got it wrong using him as a centre back last season. You see the difference in this season. Bros, but I think he was a good defender at Brighton. He just wasn't 50 million worth and wasn't going to tidy up our defence like Saliba has. I think Saliba's literally walked in and just calmed all our defenders down, like a Van Dijk. I'm sorry to compare him to Van Dijk, but he's calmed everyone down. Go look what Jamie Carragher and Mika Richards said about him. And he's missed 5 games for Arsenal so far this season. And go and check the results in all 5 games. Yeah? But Saliba has missed 5, or is it 6? 5 or 6 games. Go look at the results, Lee Akers, and then text me on the personal phone. Yeah? Agreed. Agreed with what, sorry, and why I just don't know with him. I might fuck him off. But on that note, guys, I am going to go. Agreed. But we paid 50 because he's English. Otherwise, it's 30. And that's what I think, bros. I would sit with you right now and say Ben White's brilliant. He's brilliant at 20. Kieran Tierney money, 25, 30 mil. He's a brilliant player. We overpaid for him. That's all. But Brighton are good at doing business. I don't know. That's all. He wasn't 50 millions worth, mate. England international should be 50 millions worth. Do you know what I mean? But I don't care. I'm not patriotic. I'm just saying, like, when you can't get ahead of Michael Keane and whatever that he picks and Mark Gooey for Palace at centre back, it rings out alarm bells. He's never going to get in the right back position for me because he ain't that brilliant. Not over the ones that England have got. I know they're a bit blessed at right back. You know what I mean? Trippier, Trent, Chelsea guy, and whoever else I've forgotten. I believe he was 15. Solanke was about 21, 22. He bought a Phobie for about 11.8. And he bought this midfielder, a goal-scoring midfielder in the Championship that was really shit for him. Like Gilchrist, I can't remember his name. But he bought him for a good 15 mil. If we're talking about Eddie Howe. Because that's why I thought he would be bad at Newcastle. Because I thought of all their millions, he won't be able to sign people. But we'll see. He might make mistakes this summer, innit? You can't all be perfect. It's very true. Let's just focus on the future. Bros, please, you've got to be with me in the summer windows, bruv. The summer window, you've got to come on the stream. Because halfway through the summer window, I'll be having a panic attack when you're telling me Zuma Mendy and everyone's still on their way. And everything else you said today. The future is bright. The future is Arsenal. On that note, guys, Mr. White Rabbit, you are the man of the match this evening on the show, bros. I've got to start getting some badges or something to give away. I swear to God, you're the man of the match this evening, bros. You are the man. Please hit the likes on the video, people. Do be subscribing if you're new. Me and you, Mr. Rabbit, we didn't agree on everything tonight, but you clearly seem to be just as passionate as me. I honestly believe you're about 15% or 25% more, what's the right word? More trusting than me in the process and everything, etc. But this has been fascinating. It's been brilliant. I'd love to do this again. I'd love to get you on live, bros, because people that can type like that, bros, come on live. Let's talk. If you're shy, you could just be a voice, bros. I can cover that over with a fucking big Arsenal picture. I'm telling you. Because I don't believe I'm wrong on my comments, and I'm not saying you are. But there's these finer things that I believe that would have made us a top 14 quicker. Do you know what I mean? Rather, look at Newcastle, for instance. We weren't in relegation battles every season before Arteta took over. We were a point away from Champions League on the Emirates. Anyway, life is for disagreeing, and on we go. I'll come for sure, bros. Get me on Twitter, bros. Danny AFC TV, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. Hit me up, bros. Up the Gunners now, or guys, please. On that note, honestly, Mr. Rabbit, you're the man of the match. Lee, you're very close as well. Do you know what I mean? You call me a Tottenham fan, so you don't get the crown tonight. The crown, yeah. I'm joking, but yeah, guys, please. It'll mean a world to me. Please, hit the likes on the video. Do you know what I mean? We don't all have to agree, mate, but we've all got our things that we're going to live with, and I think Arteta's got it wrong, and we would have been top 4 quicker. Blah blah blah. This is the last summer, literally, that I can tolerate of bad signings and fucking around on Vieira's at 35 mil. We must get it right, even if it is 100 million on Saliba. On that note, we'll share the crown for all 3 of us. Absolutely, shouts out to you. Me, you, and Lee Akers have one man in the match, but you was man in the match, bros, because it's the passion as well. And you're trying to get me the Balogun. I don't want to get into it because we'll still start talking again. The Balogun, the attitude. Guendozi, did he have an attitude? But you've been told personally, you probably think that is true. I think they're probably cocky, and Saliba a bit cocky. I'm better than what's in front of me. Let's go. And that didn't fit for Arteta, brother. I think he likes nice, calm people. If Aubameyang started voicing, I'm a captain, I'm going to say something, you get told to get out for free. But who knows? Guys, on that note, peace out. Much love to all of you. White Rabbit, Yellow Man of the match. Love you all, guys. Peace out. 10 p.m. tomorrow, innit? And I'm going to drop a video on TikTok. It's probably not going to be tonight now because it's so late. Good night, people. Respect.